That all? Good morning. Welcome to my channel, The Underrated Darkness. This is yours truly, the number one grinder, one of the best case secrets on YouTube, the best of the business. We got another morning real talk. This one is part 35. Yeah, I think we're gonna get to 40. I think we probably get to 50, probably before the years. If not, that's all right. We on our way. Let me read this out first for the family. Come and join real conversation with the number one grinder, us as the righteous ones. Individually, let's make a change within ourselves and genuine be there for each other. We all we got. We all we got. Yep, remember that. We all we got. Already send the links out to the peoples. And matter of fact, what I'm gonna do, ain't gonna make sure that oh, I forgot to take that off. Okay. That's what's up. Gotta take that off. You know what that means? Hit y'all with this, be back. Good morning, good morning. Welcome to my channel, The Underrated Doctors. This is yours truly, the number one grinder. Okay, I'll get you in a few seconds, my brother. And this is part 25. Are you listening? Okay, big dude. In case you want to get on the link is in the email. You want to get on the links in the email. Very good. Okay. Peace to you, brother. Peace to you. Thanks for always listen. Thanks for always support. Yeah. This part 35 of Morning Real Talk. Now we're gonna enter in family here, brother Alonso Hall. Peace to you and your family. Good morning to you. Good morning to you.
Good morning, big brother. How you?
I'm gonna come back.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I came up. I'm gonna probably be a little quick today. I'm making a little
Okay,
bit
no
of
problem.
content.
No problem.
Yeah, I'm making a little bit of content for my channel. One of the things I realized, especially after your panel last night, was something that another brother from this space said, and a lot of brothers are echoing the same sentiment. And reality and manhood, it stands true. We tired of seeing certain stuff. So you know what we got to do? We got to push that stuff out of the way by creating our own content and flooding the airwaves with it. People don't want to see it, too bad. I'm going to make it so that you have no choice but to see the type of content that I'm putting out. I'm going to keep pushing it and pushing it and pushing it and pushing it and pushing it. Just like your stuff, I'm going to just keep pushing it and pushing it. So soon enough, well, I ain't going to have to worry about just pearly things or the Jessica X avatar, none of it, because we ain't going to see that in the algorithm, because I'm going to push it out myself by being in reality. Sometimes it's like a forceful takeover, right? Or a hostile takeover in business. You just buy it up and push out your product so much so that people, even if they sick of it, they have no choice but to consume it. So that's what I'm gonna start doing, is just coming every single day and beating people over the head with it and creating the space that I want to see. Which is Black men building ourselves, like K Business Podcast, my man Wealth Talks Productions, JT the Pocket Watcher, stuff like that. Stuff like that. Even we got the sports channels, brothers talking about sports, that's fine. We can talk about that, but this mating, dating, and relationships, it happens, and that's cool. But we keep hearing, like, it's even on the Facebook. I got guys who, you know, they can't even go by their real name, and they're talking about, don't take a guy who's dating this kind of woman serious. But I can't even see if you dating a woman or if you dating nobody, because a lot of these guys be dating nobody, or they be dating a right hand. You know, so at this point, and I'm sorry to jump in the topic like that, but listen, man, I can't. It's just, and I'm sure you tried this something. Just like when I said the other day, and when I hijacked the panel, when you stopped me and you was like, wait, that's 25 years, y'all. 25 years and we ain't make no change. 25 years. You said I was 29 then. So I realized that we got to make some changes, and I'm seeing younger brothers who sit here following behind, some of these guys, Steph is Cold and all these other guys, and Fresh and Fit and all these other guys, and these guys are 24 and 25 right now, and their mindset is being warped, right? And I'm dealing with that with younger gentlemen now, and I'm seeing their mindset being warped, and I'm having to proverbially put my foot up there behind and be like, no, that's not how real men act. And there's no real man or fake men, but if y'all want to be this hyper masculine, we ain't acting like these dudes. One of the things I keep hearing us say is, as in this space too often, is, our women won't let us lead. And to that I say, that's hogwash, because then you're not a leader. A leader just leads, right? Like if you're a father, right? And you got a 4-year-old child, you ain't gonna say, my 4-year-old won't let me father him, won't let me parent. No, you just gonna be his father and do what the parent does, and then the child's gonna fall in place.
Yeah, and
So
you know what? I want to ask you a question, brother Lance, before we continue. What do you think? How do you feel that I brought? I know you was in here for a few of the Just Pearly thing, And before you continue, I put this out there yesterday because I know people want to say, listen, I was going to bring a broader perspective before Brother Alonzo asked for his opinion about it. Is this that we got to learn to keep things in house? The black man, the black woman. And I think when we understand this, the only way we're gonna solve our problems, the black man, the black woman, we gotta learn, we gotta understand this system was never really made for us, but we gotta make it do. And I'm just want to talk to the brothers. I'm gonna get to your sisters in the near future. Trust me, I'm gonna get to yours in the near future, but not now. But I'm gonna stick to the brothers. You cannot just preach about we need to be together, but you want to pick certain sectors to be together, and then you let this person infiltrate what we trying to do as men. And this need to be so yesterday, my own way, it has to be mentioned. It has to be mentioned. You know, just don't come to. And again, I'm gonna tell brother, do not come to me. Say let's build. But I don't see you over here. We over here trying to build. Anybody that is welcome, man or woman, let's build. But you're not gonna disrespect me, and you're not disrespecting us we trying to build. You're not disrespecting that. So if you're not all about trying to find a solution, I know there are some people you can't. That is true. But if you're not all about aid, help, and encourage and build, this is not for you. Because that's what I'm all about. I'm all about always improving myself, always help others to improve. And then whatever information, well, Brother Alonzo Hall, Coco Tina, Big Dude, Uphead, and others trying to bring to the table. That's what I'm all about. Let's take the positive information and build it within us first. And then we help others. But see, y'all don't want to do that. You want to keep on hopping on. And I'm talking to brothers now. Where your masculinity at? Why you giving up your masculinity for sale? Why are you selling it out for sale? Why are you selling your word out for sale? Damn, I want to know. Your value, do you feel your value don't count? And I understand how the system is, trust me. But you're going to let somebody come here and tell you what to do. And especially, and I mentioned some of the things that I mentioned last night, especially we got some our Caribbean brothers and sisters is down with this too. And they need to get called the hell out. So I want to know, do you want to come home? Or you still want to suck on the oppressor? The choice is yours. But over here, it's all about building. Yeah, we're going to have fun. We can have fun, no doubt. That's going to come soon. Aid, help, encourage, and build. You don't have to have a big channel. You don't have to have a small channel. You're welcome over here. But you're going to respect this piece. I could tell you, any black man, any black woman in this space, you're going to respect this piece. I demand it, and I'm going to get it. Trust me on that one. So y'all think on that. I'm talking about the ones outside. So y'all better think on that one. Because the number one grind, I mean this. I mean this. You're going to respect this piece. You're going to respect this. You go ahead, brother Hall. What do you think what I said last night? Please.
I mean, I definitely respect it. You know what I mean? One of the things, you and Mace were speaking on, and it was funny, one of the things that I realized that is upsetting with the brothers in this space, and even the brothers who were, you know, I've seen some brothers watching the lady Sister George and so on, and they were upset with them being upset at Just Pearly Things, and a lot of the men are looking at it as, well, Just Pearly Things is saying some of the things the black men have been saying, so the only reason you're mad is because it came out the white girl mouth. Partially so, and they ought to be, because people like Love Dorsey been saying these
For
things
years.
for years, for decades, right? She's been saying this for at least 10 years.
At least 10,
And,
yes.
you know, dude's been like, oh, well, you know, and this was before she had that whole tattoo up her face, right?
Right.
Because
Did she do? She first came out on Facebook.
yeah, and she didn't have tattoos on her face. Now, yes, she talked a little country grammar, so on and so forth, but you know what? Her message was no different than that of the Lily linebacker. I mean, Pearly Things. I call it a Lily linebacker. Shorty, like what, 6'5"? Now, don't get me wrong. She's tall. She plays volleyball. I get it, but you know, she's one of them big Norwegian older chicks, right? And the issue that I'm having is brothers are fawning all over her. At the end of the day, I'm not what I'll tell you like this. I'm not the D police. I don't really care what you do with your tool because I don't get to feel it, right? But at the end of the day, what I'm not going to stand for is you're not going to disrespect me and those who look like me for somebody else. I'm not having it. Just like they wasn't having, you know, the whole Kyrie Irving thing. They putting him out of the league. Well, what I think we need to do as a culture, we're gonna stop watching basketball for 5 weeks. We're gonna stop buying their products for 5 weeks. All the players decide to stop playing for 5 weeks since he's getting ostracized for tweeting about something that's being sold on a platform by Jeff Bezos, who's looking to buy the Washington Commanders. Ain't nobody saying nothing about that, but he's getting monetized off of it. All Kyrie did was tweet. So you see, we have to come together. We can't let these out. You see how they came together? Not all of them get along. Not all of them like each other. But they came together exclusively and they made something happen. We about to start doing that. I don't care if you feel he's a coon, he's a this, he's a that. What you will not do is disrespect me and mine. And that's what I'm seeing from too many brothers. If you agree with her, hey, cool. If you disagree with her, hey, cool. But you know what? She ain't got no right to be in our space right now. And we got to realize that she does a lot of black posturing. What do I mean when I say that? Well, the majority of the guests on her show are black Brits, right? So we get to see another side of another westernized culture, right? Because we know that Brits are westernized. So, you know, we see the brothers and sisters from across the pond. Yeah, they vernacular might be a little different, but that's just like, you know, folks from New York got a little bit of a different vernacular than folks from Boston, right? But we still all are sharing the same struggle. And no, black people are not a monolith to us, but to others, we are a monolith, especially in America. Because if you are Caribbean, if you are African or whatever, and you come to America, you are judged by the color of your skin, which is considered your culture. American culture, yes, is black culture, but like you said, we got to handle it in-house, right? If I got a problem with a brother from the space, I don't need to air him out online. Oh, use this, you start. Now, you know what? I speak to him behind the scenes. Look, bro, here's the deal. AB, listen, you know what we got going on. I'm not going to put your business out in the street, right? Because you and I know what's going on. So we'll talk about that behind the scenes. That's how they do it, right? Even little stuff like people are saying, oh, you know, like Kanye West. I was having a conversation on a panel last night, and the guy was like, well, you know, Kanye's got enough money. He could just do his own thing. I said, well, even if he did have $11 billion or 400, which he's now 400 million, what do you think he can do with $400 million? Nothing. Let's just remember that the Staples Center, right, did a $700 million deal with Crypto.com, and that was just to put their name on an arena. So what is Kanye supposed to do himself, being ostracized by all these other people with $400 million? And then he goes, well, you know, he's just got to talk to the right people. Who's the right people? How many other black people do you know with $100 million? Shoot, how many black people do you know with $1 million who can really pull together with him? So we have to come together as a monolith, as a collective, just like the small hats do. I'm not gonna say the word so I don't dismonetize you or
I'm not monetized anyway yet, so you can.
all right. So you know, but I don't want to get you. I'll say it freely.
I got you.
You know, I don't want to get you into any kind of trouble. I don't mind doing it on mine, but that's the same thing. We got to be sensitive to that, right?
Yeah, I understand because I feel the same way too. I do. There's certain thing. It's just that last night it just needed to be said.
I agree.
I'm tired. You know what I mean? I'm tired that we separated. I'm tired, bro. That I don't mind doing this. It's part of my vision. You hear what I'm saying? I don't get up here just to get up here. You hear what I'm saying?
Mm.
I do it for a purpose. You hear what I'm saying? And I'm like I let people know. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I don't feel good. Even the midst of, baby, why don't you take a break? You know, get some rest and everything. And I said, yeah, I understand, but there's somebody I need to help. So I got to keep on working on myself. They said, yo, you need a break and stuff like that. But I always was like that ever since I was little. That's how I was raised. You know what I mean? My parents raised me to help the ones that are less fortunate, that had picked. Be around with the Black Panthers. You know what I mean? So I come from that claw. You hear what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
You see the work through when you see it through. But at the same time, the miss is right. I need to take pride in myself to get myself together first. Because sometimes us as black men, we don't do that. We always, and that's why we die early. Because the system, listen, people say you complain. I'm not complaining, but I'm just telling you how the system operates. I'm just saying we got to find a way to work within the system to live longer, black men. And we do have the resources to do that. So when I last night, I was ticked off. I put it like this. I was being ticked off. Because she was not the only one infiltrate the space, bro. As you've been in the space almost 3 years, right?
Yeah.
You seen it yourself too. So I'm tired of seeing it. Don't come to me. That's what I'm telling you. Don't come to me that you want a savior, because I'm not saving your unrighteous ones. I'm not saving you. You're on your own. You want to be on your own abyss? Be my guest. And that goes for a black woman too in this space. Be in your own abyss. I'm trying to help people to get out of it. So we can live comfortably. We can live happy despite how the system, despite how this is. Coco Tina, Coco Tina and the Miss, they know each other. And even the Miss told Coco Tina, said, yeah, he need to take care of himself. He always out there and everything. That's why she said like that. But you know, they gonna say, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I appreciate that, Sister Coco Tina. But people, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. I know, like I said this and I say it again. I know exactly what I'm talking about. You are worshiping human beings. Don't have no interest. I don't worship your man. I don't worship no woman. I am not part of that cloth. Because y'all don't have the powers to uplift people. God. You don't bring nothing to the table. You could be worth like $50,000, $60,000, maybe $1 million something. But I'm just saying, are you implement policy to help us as a people. Anybody can build a school, or you implement policies to help the long term and intermediate help. Alonzo has sent me stuff from health insurance and stuff that I would like. I'm gonna get. I want to get with him when we do the chop up. I asked him. I said, I don't know, and he sent to my email. Yeah, this is right here. You said when if you don't really understand, let me know. So I don't want nobody here. Oh, you're not bringing. I am bringing information, so we can all be transparent and be helpful, and to help ourselves and to help our families. But if you all about
Man,
drama and want to start trouble, don't come here. Go ahead, brother Hall.
I gotta say for a fact, man, you've definitely been to hell. Every time I come up and I hijack, you be like, "Don't say you sorry. We getting information." And you know what? Ronan actually hit me. He was like, "Bro, don't feel bad about that hijacking." He said, "You know how much people normally have to pay to hear what you taught us for free?" Actually, you said that on the panel. You was like, "Y'all better write this down, soak this up. If y'all go to them big, you go to Vanguard or Charles Schwab or TD Ameritrade, you got to pay these guys to hear what you just heard." He just gave you way more than they charge thousands of dollars. Listen, a financial advisor like myself, to really be honest, to sit down with us for an hour, they could charge up to $2,500, right? On the low end, they'll charge $300, which is what I charge, right? But they'll charge $300, and that'll be for like a 15-minute conversation, right? So I try to come in. I'll give you an example. I wish I would have recorded. I got called by another financial services company yesterday, right? And I was talking to him, and he was like, "Are you a wealth manager?" I said, No. I'm just talking about life insurance." He said, "You talk like a wealth manager. You don't talk like an insurance guy." He said, "You talk like a wealth manager. How long have you been doing this?" I said, "Oh, well, I've been doing this for 10 years." He said, "But you talk like one of us who sells investments and stuff." I said, I just prefer to sell insurance." He was like, "Wow," because there was some key words I said that if you know when you're in the financial services industry. And I said, "Well, I started my career on 100 Broadway on Wall Street." He said, "Oh, you're just used to talking like this because you're from Wall Street. So you have to talk our language because you're from Wall Street." I was like, "Yeah. So I got to talk money management language." And then he said this, "Let me guess, does it get lost on your community?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Unfortunately, the folks from I told him, I said, "Unfortunately, I'm going after a demographic that doesn't quite understand it. I'm going after the African American market." He said, "Yeah, I get it." But then he encouraged me. He said, "Don't feel bad," because he was recruiting me to sell to high net worth and ultra high net worth individuals. That's really my market, right? So people, I'm talking $5 million and more in net worth, right? And he said, one thing you can't diminish, and he said, I'll tell you a little secret. And this is coming from a white guy in California. He said, "You've seen Life Happens last year." I said, "Yeah." He said, "You saw that during Liam, which is Life Insurance Awareness Month. We promoted Kelly Rowland hard. She was promoting Liam." Right? I said, "Yeah." He said, "Let me tell you a secret. Right now, our big push is the African American market because y'all are what we call the Johnny Lunch Buckets." I said, "Oh man, so now we're the Johnny Lunch Buckets." So in Wall Street, Johnny Lunch Bucket is the guy who goes to work every day and is blue collar, which is the engine of America. So we got a joke on Wall Street. There's more millionaires in dirty overalls with combat boots than fancy cars and flashy suits, right? But everybody pays attention to the millionaire in fancy car and flashy suit. The guy who's dirty because he works a tractor trailer, that guy can probably afford to buy the guy in the Ferrari's whole life, right? The guy in the Ferrari, though, it looks nice, but all the guy in the Ferrari got is the Ferrari. And that's the big play. What's
Wow.
going on?
That's
I'm sorry. I'm
yeah. What's up,
podcasting.
brother Ronnie? Listen, I didn't do nothing. Okay, Friday. Just letting you know.
Now it's good to meet you, brothers out here. I was just listening in. He's right. Most people get caught up in the flash and the pomp and stance and stuff like that, and you could be sitting in the car with a millionaire and not know it.
Not know it all. No.
Wealth is not supposed to speak at all. It
No.
just stands out on its own.
I can tell you it was one time, right? It was a brother. And I never forget this. I never forget this. I was doing a live. I was setting up the live. That's when I starting the underrated boxing talk. And I was setting it. I never forget it was the afternoon. And I was in the library, checking out some things and stuff. That was during time I was like checking out some things and stuff. So, I actually was talking to a black billionaire in the library. He said, "You buy them?" I said, "Well, I don't." He said, "I'm a content creator. I do all things." He said, "Yeah, yeah." And I forgot. To this day, I forgot his name. I said, "You look like such." He said, "Yeah, that's me." Yeah. And he had on a sweatsuit. Car wasn't a new car. It was he had a 1990 Jeep, two-tone. Now you see the rims is high. He had some 20s on it, but he said, "Yeah." When we talked for like 3 hours, he said, "Yeah, I appreciate what you're doing," and I gave him the information and stuff, and he said, "We need brothers like you to keep up and everything. Just remember, learn to move in sounds." I said, "Wow." And this was a black billionaire in the library when I'm at Newport News, Virginia. So when Brother Ronnie was saying that, what he said. See, that's the problem in this space too. We like to be loud. Quiet money is not loud. See, my fault, I'm gonna tell you, it's so crazy that we have old people in our community. They never finished high school. They never finished junior high school. They full of life wealth. He always say this, listen, you see how I do it, right? I said, yeah. There's people, they run it, right? But look what I do. I said, wow. Quiet. Because see, that's our problem. We too loud. We want to be out there. We want to be shiny. Look at me, look at me. While other people said, okay, I'm going to be quiet. I'm moving policies. I'm going to be quiet to do what I have to do to implement things. Some is good. Majority is bad. But we can't even have, our tongue is so lethal. It's like, it always jumping all the time instead of let it be still. Why your tongue cannot be still and shut the hell up sometimes? And I'm going to leave it to y'all because I'm going to get me some drink.
You got Alonzo.
My fault. I stepped away for a second. I was making me a cup of hot tea, my morning tea. But yeah, it's funny when I look at, especially in our community, the wealthy man. I got this brother, and I'll drop his name. He actually works with high net worth and ultra high net worth individuals. I have his cell phone number in my phone right now. You can Google him. His name is Lawan Abrams, Lajuan Abrams, similar to the Stacey Abrams lady, his last name. He wrote a book called it's the Tax Lien Handbook, and he also has a company that does venture capitalism called AVF Now, and they lend businesses money and stuff. And it's funny, because when it comes down to it, if I call him on his cell phone, right now, right? Because a lot of people in especially in our community, when we get into quote unquote business, we always want to make it seem like, oh, we're super busy and this, that, and the third. No, you gotta schedule time, and I'm always super busy and no. Listen, man, the wealthy guys that I know are always available. Like, you would think, how does this guy have so much time to spend with me? And he's sitting here talking 3 hours on the phone with me, and everybody who calls, he'll spend 3 hours on the phone with, right? And I'm not nearly as wealthy as him, by any means. I'd love to be as wealthy as him sometime soon, and I'll get there eventually. But I say that to say, if I would call him right now, right? This guy charges $25,000 for a document, a legal document to be drafted. Yet he'll sit on the phone and talk with me for 2 hours, right? This brother, now, there's a brother who, like him or not, the brother got money. Michael Novak, aka Brother Polite. And this brother manages that guy's money too. Brother Polite on the live with me and this gentleman showed us his Wells Fargo bank account with $12 million in it. Now, Brother Polite is loud with his money. He's a little flashy. But this other brother is very under the radar. If you Google him right now, you'll see the companies and stuff he has. But he's real down to earth, right? And that's how kind of wealth moves sometimes, right? It's very open. And believe it or not, the wealthy guys, they really want to help you. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of misguidance and misdirection. Like, one of the things I said on my Facebook this morning, if someone is your business coach or your business consultant, or in business period, and they have, their business name LLC, like if I have Alonzo Hall's business LLC, you should probably not do business with that person, because that person does not know what they're doing in terms of, or the person who set up their business did not know what they're doing, like their accountant, and their accountant just took their money. Because you wouldn't put your tax status if you were applying for a job. I wouldn't go apply for a job at Walmart and say Alonzo Hall W-2. Right? So why would I say Alonzo Hall LLC and tell you my tax status? Or tell the savvy person who in this litigious society will say, okay, now I know how to pierce your corporate veil because you're an LLC. Now I know your tax structure. Right? So little things like that and misinformation. And unfortunately, I was battling back and forth with this young woman on my Facebook because I was explaining that the minimum investment is $10,000. She's like, you're wrong. Here's a TD Ameritrade account you could do with $0. I'm sorry, ma'am, I'm just licensed in this. Oh, I also happen to be licensed in real estate in the state of New York like you. What you're telling me I'm wrong on is like a wholesaler telling you you're wrong in the fact that he's not selling real estate by adding his assignment fee. Oh, well, I did well for myself. Great, you did well for yourself. But the federal government, like the numbers that I told the underrated one last week, and like I told you last week, and this isn't just me. Green Gorilla literally put it on a video on his channel a year ago. Ironically enough, the photo is a photo of Takeoff holding a money phone to his ear. And it says ownership between equities and mutual funds by race. And the info is from the Federal Reserve of the federal government. So all this quote unquote investing we've done is BS. Just like buy term invest the difference, I read on my page, life insurance was created from slave insurance. So buy term invest the difference. You used to be able to buy a 7 or a 10-year term insurance policy on your slave. And then you would invest the difference in buying another slave. Today, we can't do that. But that's where the term buy term invest the rest came from. You would buy a 7 or a 10-year term policy, aka the useful life of a slave, and after you work that slave for 10 years, you would either kill him or lease him off to another plantation, and in the interim, you would invest your gains in purchasing another young buck. But again, wealth is silent, right? How do I know? Well, one day I was working at the U.S. Open over by Citi Field in the Arthur Ashe Stadium. In 2015, I was selling hot dogs, or not literally selling hot dogs, but whatever the food is, working the concession stand, right? And this tall Israeli gray hair guy comes up. Now, at the time, the rapper Fabulous was there at the U.S. Open. And let me tell you, where I was at in the Arthur Ashe Stadium was many, many flights up. It was the nosebleed section, and those tickets were about $150, right? And Fabulous was there, and of course, everybody, oh man, I want to see Fabulous. I hope he comes to our concession stand. Well, this tall Israeli gray hair guy came to our stand, and I freaked out. I had a fanboy mode. I was like, oh snap! Yo, look who's here. Yo, do you know who you are? Yo, y'all know who this is? Everybody looked at me like I had egg on my face, like I was stupid. Do you know who came to my concession stand and bought a pizza from me? Leroy Cohen. Well, who's Leroy Cohen? Well, he happens to be, used to be the CEO of Def Jam Records, the guy who signed Jay-Z's check, the guy who signs Fabulous's checks, the guy who signs Migos' checks, the guy who signs Young Thug's checks. Then let's look at that. Again, wealth is silent, right? Let's look at the fact Young Thug and them got indicted for a drug trafficking, et cetera, but nobody is pointing a finger at 300 records. Meanwhile, we had Murder Inc. They were accused of money laundering. Kyrie Irving, money is silent. Why? Because money came together and kicked Kyrie Irving out, but silently let Jeff Bezos do his thing. Silently, it's going to let Jeff Bezos buy the Washington Commanders, and silently is letting Jeff Bezos get money off of this book or movie that all Kyrie Irving did was tweet. But guess what? That tweet shouldn't matter, because last time I recall, they told basketball players, LeBron James, just shut up and dribble. Your opinion is important. So guess what? This tweet isn't important. So us as black people, let's go ahead, pull together, and turn off the basketball games for 5 games, 5 weeks. Let's let the players stop playing for 5 games, 5 weeks. Watch how those people, again, I'm not going to say the word because I'm not going to hurt your channel. If it's mine, I'll do it. But I'm not going to put you in that position. But those people will definitely couch up. So I'll pause there because I keep going off on tirades.
No, it's well needed. People need to hear these
That.
conversations. Now, just say people need to hear these conversations because, like, what you just showed was like people are worried about the people who are loud, people they can identify with because they want to be seen. The money you don't see, that's where you need to be looking at. That's where that mobility is, to where you rarely see them. If you happen to see, like, again, you said sometimes, most times wealthy people want to help you. I like to be around people who are where I need to be, rather than just sci-fi. Well, hey, I'm getting money. I'm a boss. It's different when your actions and your money say it louder for you. That's my opinion.
And also, too, go back to Jeff Bezos, too. That he's owning Amazon. Why do you think the football game be on Amazon Prime? Who do you think that come from?
Oh, that's Bezos too. And that's they came up with that collective bargaining agreement, right?
There you go.
But we're canceling Kanye, and we're talking about, and we're canceling people like Byron Allen, and I get it. They with the familiar structure, we have many black females who didn't marry black men, and we still consider them pro-black, and they fight for it, right? And I didn't want to change this to a blackly black conversation either, but it needs to be said. Like the gentleman said, people need to hear this. This is real life. And I'm not the most orthodox with things. I curse, I spit, and I scratch myself. You know what? All of us do. But I tell people like this when I'm talking about life insurance. I get a lot of people, you shouldn't say fuck. And I'm like, let me ask you something. What's worse, me saying the word fuck, or the conditions that people are still left in? Exactly. Because people get in them conditions, and those conditions are fucked up, right? So I don't think me saying some quote-unquote, harsh words, if that gets the point across, then cool, it gets the point across. And it'll get you out of them conditions. We can worry about the words once we got better conditions.
But see when I'm at, talk about for me in my life right now. Do you want to be better or you don't? Conversations like that needs to happen, right? And I know that us as a people, we have short memory. But that's our downfall. Because short memories, y'all, is not going to get us anywhere. We have to tolerate these conversations what Brother Ronnie is having and Brother Alonzo Hall and me and other people. Just a few people in the space. Just a few people we get. But the sad thing about it, how many people run to these conversations right now that Brother Ronnie have on his channel, that Brother Alonzo Hall have on his channel, and I have on this channel, and other ones. Just a few people in the space. I'll be a nice 0.1.
Well, look at the evidence, brother. Yesterday, when you had the picture of Just Pearly and people thought that was the topic, folks was flooding it, right? Box had like 30 people. Everybody, he talking about Just Pearly. Let me go see what he's talking about her.
And I didn't, to tell the truth, I didn't have that many people on my thing.
Yeah.
Of the Just Pearly, no. The most I probably had at least about 9. That's it. She stay asleep. Check your Facebook Messenger if you want to come up. Salute and great rising to you too. Keep up the good work if you want to come up.
Yeah, man, and the podcast actually She Stay Sleep and Ronin, is actually progressive masculinity, man. These men are definitely not only talking about it, but they're actually walking in it. And like Ronan said, man, behind the scenes, there's money moves being made, man. I'll even drop some knowledge, man. I'm doing things behind the scenes with brothers from the space. Brother Complex Design has he has scooters designed by Porsche, right? Electric scooters designed by Porsche. The cheapest one is like $3,500. And he came to me and was like, yo, Alonzo, I need your help. And this is why you'll hear people like Rael and we here are continuing to promote me. It's not just because they want to see me rise, they want to see y'all rise. It's partially selfish too, because they want to be able to get in the door, but they want to be able to get in the door of certain businesses with a face that looks like them so they know someone has their best interest, right? So we were working on getting commercial insurance for Brother Complex's micro mobility scooter company in California. It's like a ride share, similar to like City Bike in New York. And there's a giant insurance company called Alliance that insures one of his competitors in California, a company called Lime and a company called Bird, right? These are micro mobility scooter ride shares, similar to City Bike, right? And I contacted Allianz and I said, hey, listen, I got a company that's a new company. They're trying to get some insurance. We can't get it anywhere else because I have connections with State Farm and Allstate and Farmers Insurance. And all 3 of those carriers would not insure it, right? So we went to Alliance. Alliance said to me, Alonzo, did you make $1 million this year? No. Did you make $500,000 this year? No. Okay, well, that wasn't us. Talk to us when you make $500,000 or $1 million, and then we'll think about talking to you about helping your little buddy. So that's why they're out here trying to get me to make at least $500,000, right? Not just so I can be like, hey, I made $500,000. Now I'm gonna floss on you niggas with a G-Wagon. No. Now I made $500,000. That opens the door for me to get in, to open the door for them to be able to even start their business.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And also let me say this though, that the brothers and sisters that's on disability, I don't know what state that you're in, I know when I'm at, there's a company named Arcade, and what they do solar assist stuff. But now they got a program in Virginia now that help the ones that are on disability, that help to pay their bills through Virginia Dominion or whatever agency that you pay. I got on it like 2 months ago, but they said I got kicked out. So what happened was I qualified. I would been qualified, so now I just had to wait so to kick in. So in the near future, I will bring other stuff in to talk about because I really don't know yet. I'm doing some more digging, but this is legit agency. Any brother or sister that is on disability, I think the name is Akeda. Look that up or ask me. I give you information and find out wherever you at because you never know. If you in Virginia, you definitely should check that out. This is the program could save you money, help pay for your utility bills. So there are programs that help us out here too. Don't be ashamed talking about, oh, I don't know what it is. No, 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 no. It's all about surviving out here. It's all about saving. Because the more we save, the more stuff we can get. We can get our insurance and stuff. So I'm just letting brothers and sisters know, whoever's on disability, you come and ask me. I'm gonna pull up information because I'm putting matter of fact on the phone. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do one. I'm gonna do yourself. I'm gonna look for information right now while I'm talking to y'all. This is the information, y'all. I'm telling y'all, all any information that could help our people. Give it out. If you already got benefit of it, give it out. I'm gonna look at it right now on the email. Let me see. I got what email? So y'all just gotta bear. Oh no, okay. I think I know. Okay, nope, not that one. Let me see this one. Okay. So it's gonna take me time to look for it, y'all. So bear with me.
That's all
No
good.
problem. Go
Good.
ahead, Ronnie.
No, I was gonna say
Right.
with these conversations that we need to have, it's like it's all encompassing. That's what me and my brother are doing a podcast. That's what Alonzo does. It's what Underrated does. A number of others. Like it all ties in together. A lot of times we talk about the most underappreciated parts of ourselves when you're talking about masculinity, especially black heterosexual black men out here dealing with the emotional traumas and things, the need for not just agency. We talk about those things about rites of passage, which are often dismissed. It is not just physical rites of passage. It'll go into what Alonzo's talking about, financial rites of passage. Having like either something like access to a trust or being able to have that level to where they can take the next generation forward with their families, things of that nature. We talk about the interpersonal stuff and the external stuff working in tandem, not just this whole rugged individual you see out there, which is extremely external when most people are internally bankrupt. So just glad Alonzo mentioned that. But then again, it's just how things tie up. And most people dismiss the need for having those things put together as men.
Yo,
That's
if I
cool.
can hop on that real quick,
Let,
Ronnie.
let me get this out first, but Alonso. I
Go
just
ahead.
put the information in the chat. It's Arcada.com. Anybody that's on disability is on SNAP or whoever it is, you get in contact with them. If you especially live in Virginia, I'm not saying that it is because they could be spread out. You pass that information. Any brother or sister that is on disability, they would help you to pay the bill through wherever agency of utility the way you act. See, where I'm at is Virginia Dominion Energy. So they work with them to help to pay the bills. That's something. This information right there. So you go to arcade.com, you can pull it up. Look it for yourselves. If it's in your, I'm telling y'all, because you know where you're at, it's getting cold. You have a family, or you live by yourself. You never know, they might be where you at. But I'm especially in Virginia. Hop on it now. Because they out here knocking on doors and stuff. And they really going into our community. So check it out. It don't have to be Virginia, but I want you to check it out. So it's Akeda.com. There's the one on disability. There it is right there. I'm sorry, I just want to put it out there, Brother Alonzo Hall and everything. So because we have to understand that there are brothers and sisters on disability that we have to include in this conversation too. And I'm willing to be the leader on that of other things too. So you can go right ahead.
That's cool. Yeah,
so to piggyback off of what Ronan was saying, ironically enough, while I was watching your panel last night, and in the background, and my father called me. And speaking of rites of passage, man, something big. So my father was never in my life, right? Growing up, we really met and really started our relationship while I was in my mid-30s. And he was, speaking to me about my younger brother, who's 20, he's like 10 years younger than me. I'm 38, I think he's 29. And, he was saying some stuff, and I was like, Pop, you kind of hard on my brother. And he was like, well, I'm the same way for you. He said, I was there for his life. I ain't do shit for you. And I was like, yeah, but, that don't mean you still got to be as hard on him, And in terms of a rite of passage, sometimes we do have to understand to let things go. Like a lot of us generations, right? A lot of younger generations, like JT, they'll blame your generation. Oh, you guys failed us. Yes, well, you know what? That however true that may be, because they ain't leave us nothing. Okay, cool. But you know what? We know not to screw up for the next generation, and we can learn ways to save our own face. We can create those rites of passages, right? Even physically, like I follow a content creator by the name of Attorney Awesome BPM. He's a lawyer out of Florida. But his main thing is every black man should know how to fight and use a firearm, right? And then let's even look at it like in prison. There's a guy I follow on YouTube by the name of King Nico. He always talking about jail politics. He's a quote-unquote Blaxican. But he did a video the other day, and he was like, yeah, when you're a Blaxican and you show up to a Mexican backyard party, the Mexican looked at him and was talking and was like, because he looks black. So he was like, oh, something, something. And then he said something in Spanish, and the guy responds and goes, oh, wait, you know Spanish? He says, yeah, homie, I'm Mexican. Then the guy offers him a beer, and he welcomes him in. Yet again, we as a people are very inclusive. So, I say like that with my father, man, that's a rite of passage. You got to learn to let hurt go, right? Yeah, I got some rage, but I'm not jealous of my younger brother because my father was there. My father said, man, your brother Alonzo treats me better than you do. And I ain't never done that. I ain't give him $1 or a minute of my time while he was a kid. He didn't, right? But you know what he did give me? He gave me a part of him. He gave me my hot-headed attitude that I've learned to reel in, right? Mm-hmm. He gave me my confidence, sometimes overconfidence, right? Because he's very overconfident, and I carry that same thing. Ironically enough, his birthday is 5 days before mine. We're both Aries, right? So we're both pig-headed anyway. What's up, L. Nixon?
What's up, Brother Nixon? You be sneaking up on people. You had to cut it out.
What's going on,
fellas? Sneaking up on me. Nixon always sneaking up on me. He told me one day, he said, I'm going to come one day. He be sneaking up. You got to cut it out. You got to warn me, L. Nixon. From now on, let me stop. How you feel?
You can blame Manny. He sent me the link. No, I'm good. I just dropped my son off at daycare. he be wanting to hang out. I'm like, you got to go. We paying for it.
Right, exactly. You gotta pay for it now.
Right, but no, just listening in, man. You know what I'm saying? I see some good brothers up here, so I definitely wanted to come holler. And said he at work, so he couldn't make it. But yeah, send me the
Yeah, I
link.
got
So
it. And he said, "Yeah, like, okay, no problem." How do you feel, brother?
I'm good, man. Look, I'm always gonna be good no matter what, man. That's
I'm
it.
just, I'm
I'm
just checking, your brother.
I'm
I'm just checking, brother. That's all.
I'm stubborn, man. I'm stubborn. I don't like to let people win, so it's hard to get me
Oh
down,
yeah,
bro.
I'm the same way too. Because if I let you in, if I had to let you in, like my late father, I had to cut you.
Right. I got some good people in my ear. Cause listen, for the most part, I'm cool and I'm calm, but my shadow side ain't nothing good. So I got to think twice, and I just got to leave stuff alone. Cause you know what I mean. Like I'm the type of guy when I was young. I had an issue with one of the guys on the football team. I told him, you better think twice, because dealing with me it's a commitment. So you better you better be ready, because it's gonna be an everyday thing. So, but no, other than that, man, I'm good though. I'm good.
But I want to ask your brothers a question, right? You see the title, right? Have you seen the title, right?
No,
Ladies, y'all can come up too.
I hit the he sent me the stream y'all link. What's the title?
No, it says Morning Real Talk Part 35 open panel, ladies and gents. I just want to let people know, ladies, you invited too. The title is there, but we talking about different things and stuff. And listen, we want you to go. I just want people to know, because I hear this certain thing. Oh, underrated, you always have men on the panel. If y'all read the title, open panels, ladies and gents. You are welcome, ladies.
Well, I mean, the thing about that is, as a man, it's always going to be a little bit different. And they wonder why it's confusing for a lot of men. You know what I'm saying? It's just we don't talk about our feelings, but then we do talk about them. We complaining. We're not emotionally intelligent. Then when we express that, we saw. You know what I'm saying? We already know how that goes. So you know what I'm saying? Hey, it's up for men for just to speak your piece, and for the ladies, if you have something to say, like you said, if it's an open panel, come on, like nobody's up here is disrespectful. So come
No,
on up
that's
here and
what I'm
chat.
saying. That's what I'm saying. But brother L Nixon, oh yeah, throw it up there, throw it up there, brother Hall, throw it up there. See, this is what I'm trying to train people. Information. And let me say this again. You just got it, L Nixon. You can look in the chat. Anybody, yeah, I want you to go more on that, brother. You can't really go more on that, brother Lawson. You know what you can't go now. You can't. I know you. Just gotta show
Listen,
me.
man,
You can't.
I'm only 18
But
years old. I ain't yet 33, but I'm 18.
got
I
it.
just put it to you like that.
I already know. I know some people, but brother L Nixon, I want you to go in the chat. There's a resources named Arcada.com. Arcada.com, they do solar systems. It's not they do so for the houses, but they also a solar system. They have programs that help the brothers or sisters that is on disability, help them pay their utility bills in Virginia. And I want you to take, because I know he lives somewhere in Virginia. I'll put it like that. But I want you to take the information down and pass it out. Anybody can take the information and pass it out. It's like I said, it's getting cold.
I bet, yeah, I definitely do that, and yeah, we definitely link up, man. We like 20 some minutes from each other, bro.
Yeah, just like that. We like, matter of fact, we crossed the bridge.
Right.
We crossed the bridge, but I want you to take the information that on this is I'll spell it out for you. ARCCADIA.com. Anybody that's on disability, brothers or sisters, you live alone or you don't. If you live alone, you have a family. You jump on this. They just started in Virginia, but also, like I said, it could be somewhere else in the United States. You never take a chance. Listen, you want to save money. You want to save money, and plus, you want to invest, right? That's what we got, brother Alonzo Hoyes. That's what we got,
Right.
brother Ronnie here, and also Voice of Reason. You want to save money, you want to invest in yourself or your families. Got to start from somewhere. So what I'm saying with brother Nixon before you came here, I'm gonna be the one because we talked about disability for the brothers and sisters. I take the leadership on that, as other things that I've done in the past and everything. And this is the point where they need to jump on it. This is all about investing in ourselves, investing in our families. Stop listening to these people here. Oh, you on this, you on that, you ain't nobody. Stop listening to them because they don't know what they're talking about. And this is the great that I'm telling you, you can pass it out, brother Nixon, and the rest of y'all. All right,
And to
Appreciate you, man.
no
piggyback
problem.
off you on that, JT. Um, Another thing. So I had my event last week,
Mm-hmm.
a business event, and a bunch of folks. I was surprised, but about 20 folks showed up just from my YouTube alone, and they was all. My boss was like, "Man, this is amazing! Y'all made me look like a rock star because." The only people that the about 40, 50 people registered, and only about 20, 25 showed up. And of that 25, about 20 of them all came from me. And they was like, nah, I came here because of Alonzo. But with that, yesterday I had a brother join my team. And that brother is an expert in health insurance, right? So I might be an expert in certain investments and life insurance, but I'm not an expert in health insurance. Well, now I got an expert in health insurance, and he looks like us. And he said, "Nah, because my boss was like, well, what's the reason that he's joining?" I said, "Because it's another brother. He wants to join a black-owned firm and help us to expand." And he was like, "Well, I don't know that that's the reason." I said, "That's more than enough of a reason." So we came to our meeting, and we write business for a few different carriers, right? So some of them you've heard of, some of them you haven't. One of them that the other gentleman was already affiliated with was a fraternal insurance company called the Order of the Royal Arcanum. Ironically enough, we write for them as well. So we already had that, and he was like, "Well, you're already appointed with some of the companies." He said, "Listen, man, I ain't trying to hear all that. Give me that broker's contract. I'm gonna join up under Alonzo just because I want to see this brother rise." And now, like I said, if we need health insurance, y'all can still rock. And now we got another brother on the team who can teach us. But one thing I wanted to jump on was I heard L. Nixon basically say he's dropping his son off to daycare and they're paying for it. And I want to say this to all parents right now. So there is a Section 529 college savings plan that you can get, right? And that can actually pay for K through 12 education, right? It does not just have to be for collegiate uses. Now, the real truth, number one, if you're going to get a Section 529, and I'm taking money out of my own mouth by saying this, but I'm also taking money out of the mouth of other financial advisors. The state that you live in, I don't care if you live in Connecticut, I don't care if you live in Arizona, I don't care if you live in Nevada, I don't care what state you live in, your state has a state-sponsored Section 529 college savings plan. So you won't have to pay an advisor like me 2 and 20 fees, 2% of your net worth, 20% of your capital gains, which you never see. And that's why people like Dave Ramsey tell you buy term, invest the difference. When you invest the difference, you don't see the 2 and 20 fees. But you don't even need a Coverdale. Most Americans can't. I'm sorry. You don't need a 529. You can get something called a Coverdale, which is a Coverdale Educations Plan. And a Coverdale used to be known as the Educational IRA, right? And now the difference between the 529 and a Coverdale, what's the huge difference? Number one is going to be the maximums that you could put in there. If you're going to do a 529, it's not supposed to be a savings plan, right? You're really supposed to be able to prepay for college. Prime example I'll give you, for example, Yale right now is I think $125 a year, $125,000 a year, right? So that basically be 500K. So if I have a kid this year and I know I want him to go to Yale in 18 years, I'm gonna pay $500,000 right now, boom. and lock in the price of Yale at $500,000 when it's probably going to be $500,000 a year by the time he's 18 and ready to go to college. But now I've already paid for college. That's what a 529 does, right? Most people aren't contributing nearly that much to their 529 per year, right? I think the max you can put in is 250,000 per year, right? So what you can do is get a Coverdale, and that is a maximum of $2,000 per year. But that's generally around what most people, to be honest, most people ain't even saving that. Most people are saying, I started a bank account for my kid at Chase and I put $100 a month in there. It's $1,200 a year. Yet we can spend way more than that on bottle service at Starlets and Queens. I know dudes who spend way more than that at Starlets and Queens, right? So again, it's not always our fault because the information isn't given to us, right? I noticed something that Ronan does when I drop a lot of this. He writes it down because he might not remember it right now, or he might want to look into it himself. You know what? I'm going to look into it myself. Even though he dropped this, I'm going to take a look at it.
Now I'm gonna tell you what Roland do. He gonna write it down. He ain't gonna pass it out there. He gonna pass it somewhere else. He ain't gonna let us know. Let me stop.
Hey, yeah, I'm driving.
No,
Send me the link.
But all jokes aside, though, I gotta get that joke in because, but I think that is very important, though, to write it down. So you get the breadth of it because
Right.
let's understand. L. Nixon. I could talk to other brothers now. Let's be honest here. Information like this, you're not gonna hear it consistently in this space. We got to be honest. We got to be honest. So we got to get it when we got to get it when we got to get it. Because we got to understand this space is anti-family, anti-man, anti-man, anti-women, anti-marriages, anti-relationship. Anything that deal with the humanity, they're anti with it. So information like this, it's a lifetime game changer. That's how I feel.
Right. I agree. I mean, we can complain about what we don't have and in the community and what men don't do, what women don't do. And I'm like, well, there's channels for that stuff over there. You're just not over there. So, I mean, we can even complain about, the stuff that's in the music and I'm like, well, you still go to the club and dance to it, but you haven't bought this person's album who don't talk about that. So, like, come on now. We always got options, but when it boils down to it, people gotta admit that their love for entertainment is more than the love for something that's going to be productive.
Mm-hmm. L. Nixon, before you continue, I'm gonna put my email in the do you have my email or no? I gave you the other email. I'm gonna give you the main email so you can copy it down, right?
Okay.
So you can keep it going. Y'all can keep on going. And let me say before we continue, and please don't say I don't have the information. This is public information. It's on the channel. You don't have to wait till fully upload to get the information. So cut that bullshit out.
I don't have the information.
Cut it out.
I don't have the information.
Yeah, I ain't messing with you. See, I ain't messing with you, right? Leave me alone, CC. You gonna make me take a drink. It's not even 1 o'clock yet. I mean,
it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah, stop. This somebody told me this last shit. You gotta make sure you gotta let the thing upload. So you don't have the cursor that you could move that line a little bit to find the information. Does it make sense? You can get the information. You don't have to worry about getting uploaded. And I know there are people in the skies right now listening. If you don't want to partake in the chat, that's on you. You might got something to do. Whatever you do, please be safe. But copy this information down. And then if you ain't got nothing to do, you call your family up. You set up a live or set up a voice, set up a voice message or whatever. I mean, whatever it is, and pass this information out, y'all. Pass this information out because sometimes they are like, okay, when I just put this out there, I don't know how long they're gonna put this out there. Y'all better take advantage of everything what these brothers are saying. I'm dead serious. And pass it out. If you don't have no benefits, pass it, give it to somebody else.
Fact.
Don't withhold it yourself. Oh, I got it and everything. Try to prove a point. Give it to somebody that really needs it. Stop being stingy. Stop being an ass. Like the old people. Stop being butthurt. Pass it out. It's not about you all the time. It's about others. So pass it out. You can go ahead, brothers.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely go back on the replay and write some of this info down. If I have any questions, I'll link up with y'all definitely. So I appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it.
Appreciate you, brother Nixon.
Yeah, man, but that's one big thing, especially with our folks, because we don't have access to like those private schools and stuff.
No.
And things like a Coverdale can actually give us that access. Even if you're doing a 529, most people think you have to save it for collegiate use. And as soon as you find out, that your lady friend is pregnant, start the 529, start the Coverdale, right? Before baby's even born, right? And then there you go. Or if you want to take the quicker route, to be honest, you can do it through a life insurance policy too. And you'll have a lot of those same benefits, right? You might not get the immediate tax deduction, but you'll get the tax-free growth. And so if you Google best tax shelters, you'll find that life insurance is actually the best tax shelter. But see, I talked to, ironically enough, 50 Cent's accountant, a gentleman by the name of Bruce Seckendorf. You can Google him, Bruce Seckendorf, right? And he's an accountant to high net worth and ultra high net worth individuals. Like I say, he was 50 Cent's manager for the last decade. I'm doing business with him. And well, not 50 Cent, trust me, I'll be screaming from the mountaintops right now. I got 50 G unit, but behind the scenes, 50 Cent, if 50 Cent is ultra rich, what do you think his accountant is when he's got more than just 50 Cent as a client? Right? He's got Taylor Swift and other names too, right? But if you guys Google a gentleman by the name of Eugene Mitchell, he's a black man who used to work at New York Life. And he's the gentleman who I did a brunch and walk with him. I did an online event with him because he started the $50 billion initiative, which was to infuse $50 billion of capital into the black community. How did he set out to do this? In 2011, him and 1,500 agents from New York Life decided to infiltrate the black community and get at least, 200,000 families with at least $250,000 of death benefit, just death benefit, and that equals $50 billion infused capital into our community, just by doing the thing that everybody's gonna do: live, pay taxes, and die. Right? We always say, "I ain't gotta do nothing but stay black and die." And then, we get people in my field that I get upset with because we do things like work for companies to make us drink the Kool-Aid, and we giving people a max of $35K of coverage. My boss's father just died October 2nd. He only had about $35,000 worth of life insurance. He was like, my dad's funeral was about 35 grand in Georgia. But I don't know how my mother-in-law is gonna live. I said, why? He said, my dad owned like 4 houses, just bought a boat, bought a new car. He ain't leaving no money to pay for none of this stuff. How's she supposed to pay them? Oh, I guess she got to go back to work. but she can't pay for all 4 houses, even with his pension, if he had it, right? So what ends up happening is, because I hear all too often from black folk, I've already got life insurance. I got $500,000 worth. My kids will be good. Well, somebody just sold you. They didn't really teach you how it works, right? Because the general rule of thumb is at least 10 years of your income. I tell people to do 20, right? So if the average income of an American is $50,000 and you just have one wife and one kid, right? You bust your ass to leave that lifestyle of a $50,000 annual income per year. Funeral costs are around $20,000 on average. I know people are saying it's $8,500. That's because they're cutting corners on their funerals, right? But then we don't even think about the funeral. Well, what happens when Uncle Joe dies in South Carolina? Well, I live in New York City. You mean I got to come out my own pocket now to come visit your funeral and get hotel accommodations? See, we don't think about the big picture. I got enough just to bury me. But my friends and family and loved ones who want to come see me off, I don't know how they're going to get there, but I expect them there. My family's going to expect them there to have a shoulder to cry on. We got mortgages and stuff to pay too. But for a little funky $300 a month, skip your $5 cup of coffee every day. Instead of having 2 cups of pumpkin spice latte from Starbucks, just get 1 every day. That's your premium for your bigger life insurance policy. That then creates generational wealth. My aunt died, 2 years ago. You know how her daughters paid her for her funeral? By pulling out of their 401k. So wait, you mean to tell me that you're going to destroy your retirement to send someone away? Guess what didn't happen? A whole bunch of people did not attend her funeral. I didn't. You know why? Because it was sprung on me. Hey, listen, Auntie so-and-so's funeral is in 2 weeks. You think you could be there? Where is it? Washington, D.C. Wait, so you want me to pay for a ticket for me and my wife to get to Washington, D.C., pay for hotel accommodations to be in Washington, D.C., because it's not just a one-day thing, right? We're going to come there, see family. Who's paying for the food at the repast? Especially black folk, you know, we consider funerals, even though it's sad that they're going away, we always have a party at the end and celebrate that person's life. And the family's like, it's always like a family reunion. I haven't seen Cousin Joseph in 20 years. How you been? So we all gonna sit there and commune together in the celebration of that person's life. Or we do things like, I'm gonna throw a party for my dad every September 1st because he died September 1st. Well, I'm the type of person, when I throw a party, I like to have accommodations for everyone already there. What bigger flex than to say, hey, when I die, I still want y'all to have a party in my honor every year. Oh yeah, I got it covered. Because I roll like that. Because that's how we normally do when we throw a party. Right? I throw a party and I'm alive. Top shelf my wedding was in Vegas. It was a destination wedding. Only thing you had to do was pay for your ticket to get there, but everything else was paid for. We had my rehearsal dinner at PF Chang's. We covered the bill. Open bar, top shelf, everything. The day of my wedding, we covered everything. Open bar, top shelf, everything. Now, unfortunately, I'm uninsurable, so I can't even get the type of policy I'm telling y'all to get because the insurance company won't give it to me. They'll decline me every time I apply because I don't have the best health. Right? It's not like I'm frauding, but I'm not allowed to get it. See, people got to think about also life insurance you have to qualify for. That's why a lot of people will tell you just buy a term policy and invest the rest. Because under a certain amount, the insurance company won't even do things like a paramed exam or take blood and urine. Hey, hold on. I got a phone call, y'all. I'll be right back.
Can I jump in
Okay,
real
no
quick?
problem. All right, brother She.
What's going on, Sheik?
What's going on, Nixon? What's going on, brother? You know,
Something up.
not to clip Alonzo, but you know, this is the thing. if he would have got a policy, or his mom or somebody would have got a policy when he was younger, he could have always updated the policy for more money. You know, most of typically times when kids get those policies when they're young, they got a term. But if they would have got a whole life in him, and just got a $10,000 policy, paying about $10 a month or something like that, and they were just paying up the policy, or 20,000 or whatever. Long as it was a whole life. Say some incident happening like now where Alonzo can't get approved for a policy. Lonzo's already have that little 10,000 policy, which he can pay $10 a month out of his pocket. But easily spoken, he can go to the insurance company and say, well, up it by 50,000, so it'll be 60 instead of 10, and I'll pay the difference. I'll pay $100 a month because I know I'm not in good health. And that's what most people are doing sometimes to kind of offset not being in good health, because they already have the insurance and you've been paying for years. So the company knows you will pay, but the problem still lies that they don't want to insure you because of the health risk. And another thing too is this: when you have situations to where like the father dies in the family, the father's the breadwinner. We always talk about the man is responsible, the man takes on the bills, responsibilities, this and that. Okay, the father dies. When the father dies, guess what happens? He's responsible for all the bills, and he's the breadwinner of the family. When his income is gone, what do you think is going to happen to the family? They're going to lose out. So with that being said, if I pay the rent, I pay all the utilities, all my wife do is buy groceries and, save money and do this, how much money is she actually saving? What is she actually doing with the money? My bad. But when it comes down to it, you got to look at it like that. If you're the one that's paying all the bills and stuff, and you don't have money set aside for something do happen like you passing to offset that money that's going to be missing in the house, that woman's going to have to move out of that house. She's going to have to sell the house. And let's say that you don't even have a house. Let's say you're renting. So you don't have insurance and you don't have a house. Those are the two main things that pass in generational wealth. If you don't have either of those, you're doing a disservice to your family for that. So food for thought, man. Even just a $50,000 policy is not much, but it'll get the ball rolling. That's at least a couple of months that you can, figure some things out. Take about 10,000, pay some bills for a couple of months, take about 40 and look at something that invest in or something that you can, help with the family. Hell, say the least, you've been renting all this time, a $50,000, you can throw 20 at a down payment on the house, and it drops your mortgage because you're renting at let's say $1,800 a month. You go buy a house, now you're paying $900 a month. You put the 20% down, you're paying $900. You might even pay less than that depending on the house you get. So a lot of people don't take heed to stuff like that. Like little bubbles of money like that can help families.
So bring it down, right? I know y'all talked about it before. I'm definitely gonna share this out later. So what's the difference if people are asking, what's the difference between whole life and term life?
Okay. Term life, whole life is simple. Term life, sorry for the noise in the background. Term life is basically a limit set. So if you have term life, you're going to do for a limit of, I think the max is about 30 years. With that term, I think the max is about 30 years with a term life. And a lot of people fail to realize with whole life, you still have somewhat of a term type style deal. You pay a policy for 30 years, it's paid for itself. So you can continue putting money in it depending on what type of policy you have, and you're good. But the difference is with that term life, once you've paid out that term, that's it. It's like you're not gonna get if you have let's say you have $1 million term life policy. Once you hit 30 years and don't die, that term is gone. Like that's the excuse me, that's the expectation of you dying before 30 years. Now, once you didn't die before 30 years and you live over that, you're getting the cash value of that policy. If you only been putting in $10, let's do simple. Let's just make it simple. You've been putting in $1,000 a month for 30 years, and at the end of that, you only got $30,000. You're walking away with $30,000. I mean, even with the whole life, you put in $1,000 a month, and let's say the policy $100,000. Yeah, you got the $100,000, but you can also go and borrow off that $100,000. You can't do that with term life. That term life is just set aside directly for the insurance for you, and that's it. No borrowing money. No doing like if you have a 401k like emergency, you can go snatch money off and pay it back, because simply you're paying yourself back with a whole life. Then you start getting in the universal life when you start investing in different markets, the S&P 500, variables and stuff like that actually give you way more money than your actual initial policy. I have a universal life. I have a universal life at $100,000 when I first got the policy. Now I'm at $115,000 because the interest accrued over my policy going into the S&P 500, which made it go up. So not only every year I'm steady getting money, it's not decreasing. I can invest my money into the stock market. If I hit a rut, the stock goes down, I lose money. I invest my money into my 401k. The market crash, something going on in the government, I lose money. This is the only safe way where I'm not losing money and I'm not paying taxes on my life insurance. You know, and a lot of people is like, you don't know. Like sometimes with knowledge, that's the thing. If you knew better, you'll do better. But if you don't know, that's the same as eating healthy. You know, over time, eating healthy, longer benefits. If you don't know, you're just gonna eat the way you want to eat.
I appreciate you, man. So dropping them good nuggets. You know what I'm saying? I definitely I'm gonna pass this off to some people. You know what I'm saying, family members or whatever, even some YouTubers. You know, there's some good stuff going on. You just gotta go see it. It ain't like it ain't there. You just gotta go where it's at. You know what I'm saying? Instead of being entertained all the time. But we definitely got, you know, when we talk about men and women out here, what are they doing? Where they at? They there. You know what I'm saying? You just got to go where they at. There's options. So definitely appreciate that, bro.
Thank you. Let's welcome brother Ante. I guess he took his time out, 'cause I know he said he was working.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, bro. Thank you, Underrated. What's up, man?
what's going on?
Yeah, dog. I just clicked the link, just came up, bro. So I'm in the middle of the combo. I'm in mid combo, so y'all can carry on.
No, we're just talking about passing our resources on brother NT. Let me pass this one out to you. If you know anybody that's on disability, there is a program named Arcada. I mean, that's the name of the company. They help you pay. They help you pay any brothers and sisters on disability on their utility bills. They deal with solar, but now they deal with solar, with houses and stuff. But now they have a solar program that help brothers and sisters to pay their bills. And man, in fact, I'm gonna give it to you because you all about information. So let me pull this up private chat. It's ACADIA.com, arcada.com. So if anybody that you know is on disability, it could be a brother or sister, or any brother or sister in our community, or they're single or they're not single, they live in a family. Tell them to check it out.
Okay. Yeah, if you can drop that in the private chat, appreciate it.
Yeah, it's in the private chat.
Isn't it?
It's in the private chat.
Yeah, man, that's good info, man. Happy Friday to everybody, man. It's Friday. You know what I'm saying? Another day we made it. Every day you open your eyes, man, it's a good day.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah. And I think that's the key is right this, brother Nixon. I wake up, God let me see another day. because there are some do not have. It's not forced to see that.
Right.
You know, a matter of fact, I was talking to the miss, right? And I was getting my breakfast and getting ready, you know, for this live this morning. You know, what hit me is my mom's. My late mother hits me like, the fuck, man. Is I had to get my seat. What's the matter, baby? You know, so I think about my mom's, man. Your mother, man. Like, damn. And she see me the things I do right now. She be so proud of me, you know, help people. Cause that's part of her. You know what I'm saying? No matter what it is. Always help out the less fortunate. Always help out the ones who do not have a voice. You hear what I'm saying? And I'm glad that us as men, there are men out there, black man here, do it is helping. And then I said we need to be respected. And I appreciate your brothers. You know, I do. I appreciate your brother. I appreciate Auntie. You came, you know, you took time and come on here and Al Nixon and brother Sheed and brother Ronnie and the rest of your brother, because that it's gotta come from us, man. Cannot come from these clowns in this space. It gotta come from us and everything. And we actually showing people that we could do, despite whatever demographics that we live in, we can come together and talk about solving and building, aid and encourage. It can happen because we doing it right now. Now, if they cannot learn from that, that's on them. That's on y'all. But it can happen. And I'll leave it on that. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get me some to drink.
Yeah. Hey, and if I can just like kind of piggyback, even though I know that's his thing, you know what I'm saying, the life insurance and everything. You know, L talks about, you know, staying on top of your mental health, understanding your triggers, you know what I'm saying, your past traumas and things like that, because your mental state is also important. What I don't see enough, both black men and black women urging their kids to get into. I hear a lot of people saying get into STEM, you know, science, technology, engineering, mathematics, all of that. I rarely hear people saying to get into sales and marketing. And what they don't understand is, for a good salesman, there is no competition. Or marketing or advertising rep, like there is no, not only is it always a need for it, and it's gonna be a long time before technology can even replace those positions. You can actually be self-taught, self-made. I've been able to make a good living from age 17 with no degrees necessary. Maybe a couple of certifications here and there just to kind of know shit that's going on. You know what I'm saying? Which helps, but I didn't need any degree or anything like that. Mm-hmm. And there was no cap on anything that I could make. You know what I'm saying? And never ever, I mean, maybe once in my life have I ever applied for a position and someone say, "Oh, we're full, we're not hiring right now," or something like that. When you're a good salesman, they'll make a spot for you. If the job is worth having, they will create a position for you because it's only going to lead to more revenue for the business. You know what I'm saying? So you're never going to have to compete with other salesmen for a job. So I don't understand why more people don't get into it. I think we need to teach our kids and we need to teach more of our kids and our people to get into that, not just so that they can, you know, be salespeople and marketing reps for other people's companies, but so that they can build up their own. And I think that's one of the issues that you're seeing in this space right now, when you're seeing all of the dragging and the beefing and the bullshit, is because people don't know how to market and sell themselves. They don't even know how to market and sell their content. They don't know how to market and sell a damn thing, and they really don't even think that's important.
Yeah,
I think that everything comes based on sympathy, and no, there are rules, like there are levels to it. But go ahead, man. My bad.
No. I did talk about this in the past on my channel, but I think that's a good point. I think we need to reexamine that. I've been thinking about this for a long time, that we should cover all angles of business, especially when we deal with kids. So let's reexamine that. I'm welcome with it, because this is a channel of information. But I'm letting you know I talked about it in the past. I do talk about we need to put we need to invest more in our kids to put them in a certain position to succeed. And I think that we need to re-examine that. We need to re-examine that, and then let's have that discussion. Let's have a discussion. Even like Brother Ant, and let me say this too. Brother Ant did say that that he gonna do a chopper, but he's a busy man. He gonna let me know what's up in that, and let's re-examine that. Why not? Especially let's re-examine that and everything. Let's show each other. But let me explain this to y'all. And I'm gonna bring Auntie into this. Now, when Auntie is really offering his time now, if you're not willing to accept his time, if he moves on, you cannot get mad. Understand what I'm saying? Goes for Brother Sheed or anybody else, and Brother Alexia, anybody that wills to offer information, offer their time to help. If you're not willing to sacrifice your time, if they move on, that's on you, not on them. And I'm gonna leave it like that. Y'all continue, please.
Facts. I think it might just be me up here now. But yeah, that all I can say, I can speak from my own professions, and the things that I've done. I didn't want to, you know what I'm saying? I'm a CPA, you know what I'm saying, by trade, by certification, but I've literally done that shit for like maybe 3 months. You know what I'm saying, out of my life, because the shit was boring. I didn't want to count other people's money all day. I just didn't want to do it. I wanted to make my own money all day. It wasn't fun, and it was, you know what I'm saying, just looking at computer screens, it just wasn't fulfilling. I needed an alarm clock to get up. I never needed an alarm clock to get out of bed to do my job. Everything's something new. And I never had to complain to a white man about, oh, you're not paying me enough, I deserve more, any of that shit. When you're in sales and there's commission and there's revenue sharing involved, you write your own checks. You decide what you make. If you don't like the structure involved, you take your talents elsewhere. There's always going to be a need for you somewhere. And if there's no need for you somewhere, you can just literally start up your own shit. Like from the ground up. So I don't care what company it is, they're going to need somebody to separate customers from their money and potential customers from their money, or to get them in the door, or to just put the right message in front of them at the right time. So there's never, you know what I'm saying? It's never a saturation for that. You know what I'm saying? You'll never hear a company like McDonald's that says, look, we already got enough marketing and advertising campaigns. We don't need any more. You never hear that. Mm-hmm. Any other places that they can put their stuff, they're going to put it there. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Same with most of these companies, as far as like licensing their stuff, and you know what I'm saying, licensing their stuff and their technology, or just even their name to be able to put it on little products and brands and toys and stuff like that. They're never going to say, oh, that's enough. No, they're trying to put their name and their logos everywhere. You know, so there's always going to be a need for a salesman or a marketing rep, you know, for that. That's something that I never hear in this space. You know what I'm saying? I heard that they're doing a manosphere meetup or whatever, and I'm pretty sure that's all they're going to do is try to sell everybody tech jobs. They're going to sell everybody tech jobs, but nobody can sell shit. Mm-hmm. You know? Yeah. Nobody can sell shit, including themselves. You know, it's a shame. Right. You know?
And then they want to know why the LNA of certain brothers. Mm-hmm. Because y'all don't want to share, y'all don't want to learn from others. I feel Brother Prince, how you doing? Check your email, please. Check your email.
What up, Prince P?
Yeah, welcome to my channel, Honorary Doctor.
You gotta get up with Prince P too, man. I got your message, though. I just been real busy. I'm gonna get up with you, Prince P.
Yeah, Prince. Yeah, Prince. Brother Pierre, check your email right now. Welcome to my channel, Honorary Doctors. Yours truly, the #1 grinder. This is Morning Real Talk, Part 35, and we have Brother Antier and Brother L Nixon up in here. Thank you so much. Glad you all right. We got Brother Sheed. We have Brother Ronnie up here. And Brother Alonzo Hall up here. And again, ladies, if you want to join, you're more than welcome to join. Open panels, ladies and gents. So you're more than welcome to join because we want to hear from y'all perspective. And y'all keep on going while I get me because I want to get me some more to drink.
I mean, I just say you see a lot of people, especially around. I really don't know what's going on, but a lot of the messages just been really mixed, and I just noticed that just listening from the clouds. It's just a lot of mixed messages. Nobody's really giving anybody universal information that anybody can use, you know. So, I mean, I like what she gives out because and Alonzo, that's information that anybody can use. Same with El Nixon. You know what I'm saying? I like to believe that I give information that anybody can use. You know, like it's not, you don't have to just be in a specific industry or a specific field or be a specific demographic. Like that's good information for anybody.
Yeah,
it crosses the lines. You know what I'm saying? It crosses the barriers of race, gender, profession, age, all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, when are you ever too old or too dark or whatever, or too short to know about life insurance? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, if you're on YouTube at all, dog, like, how the hell are you not focused on trying to sell yourself? You know, trying to come up with marketing strategies, content strategies, and shit like that. That's why I do give a shout out to some of the ladies in the space. Like you got people like Miss B, Make This Go Viral TV, that telling everybody, hey man, get up with your shorts. That'll get you a bunch more subs. Do this, do that. There are different streaming platforms too that you can use. Like she's telling people how to grow their channels. You know what I'm saying? People don't want to see that. People want to see the roast and the dragon and then on all of that other shit. So that's why it's kind of funny to me when and I know you was talking about Just Pearly chick. It's kind of funny to me that people have no problem dragging each other and shitting all over each other in this damn space. But then when a white woman comes, now people feel offended. And then and to go to what you were saying last night, underrated. Does she deserve a seat at the table? No, but can she be at the table? Absolutely. Put her ass on a fucking plate and let's eat. That's the spot she's supposed to have at the table. Is on a fucking plate.
Yeah.
It's food.
Right.
Feel me?
Yeah, exactly. That's what all I'm saying.
So she gonna be here. That's it. Y'all should be building y'all channels, growing your channels, and whatever. Don't get me wrong. It's too big of a pie. You ain't gonna get the whole pie, but you damn sure shouldn't be eating crumbs. You're supposed to be biting a slice off that shit. So get 10K subs out of that shit real quick. If you're gonna drag the chick, you know. But don't come crying to me about why I shouldn't support her and I should support you. Sell me on yourself. You know, even if she brought just an inkling of the spotlight over here from her own subscriber base, take that shit from her ass and don't make her take it back from you. That's what I was saying yesterday on Masons. Y'all go ahead. Y'all got it.
No, that's basically what I'm saying, that let's keep it in-house and let's build. And I say for me, right, that when I give out information, usually I give information when I travel. So when I said JT out and about, when I with the Mist, I'm showing brothers that you can have a good time, but also there are information out there that we could build. So it'd be at times I'm not gonna put information out there because I'm not ready, because sometimes I don't even have the information. That's why, like when I get certain information, that's when I give it out when I travel. There are a lot of things I be finding out things and travel with brothers that we can do, and like certain things. I'm gonna talk in the near future about timeshares, and I'm gonna talk more about that. And I did have a timeshare with the ex when I was in New York, but it's been a while and stuff like. So I'm gonna bring that in. I'm gonna talk about brothers about that. About if you have a family,
I got a timeshare in the Poconos if anybody want to take me up on it.
Oh, Poconos? Oh, Poconos still doing timeshares?
Yeah, it's
What?
nice too. Yeah, it's real nice.
Yeah. I've been to Pocono a few times. So this is what I'm saying. I know stuff. I just don't say it. But yeah, hey, the Pocono, hey, I'm telling people, y'all can, when people talk about timeshare, that's another thing you can save money. You can invest if you do it right. You know, that's something to look at too.
Absolutely. And what Auntie said is very true, right? Which is why, like, for example, I don't get too mad at certain stuff because I can't. Like you said, I got to sell you on it, right? Yes, I sell insurance. Yes, I sell investments, so on and so forth. But, at the same time, I also realize, like you said, I got to sell you on it, right? So I got to kind of, there is a line that you may have to tote sometimes where you do have to put, some craziness. Like I said, I was actually going to mention, and what's going on, Brother McClain, when I'm doing this series right now on PUAs. So that's going to be dropping later on this month about PUAs. And I think y'all will be very interested in my take on, it's going to be called how PUAs stack up. And it's going to be surprising when y'all see that when I'm talking about PUAs.
Got you. Let me introduce a Brother McClain. Brother McClain, good afternoon. I said good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon. Y'all got to pardon me because I'm on the subway. So
Okay.
Hey,
I said, let
hey,
me,
my
but
bad.
it's all
I'm
good
just
though.
gonna interrupt you
But
briefly,
what's
though,
up
because
though? How my
I gotta
brothers
drop
doing
down.
this
Okay.
morning?
All right.
I
All
gotta
right,
drop
brother.
down, though. I gotta go to work, bro. Thanks for having me up, bro. Appreciate it, fam.
And
Bro,
thank you. And
shout out
let me know.
fellas Lonzo, Brother McClain,
Yeah.
JT, bro. Appreciate it, fam.
Thank you. And let me know when you want to do the chopper, Brother NT. Well,
I
I know
got
you're
you.
a busy man.
Yeah, this is Friday, busy as fuck. Holla at you, dog.
All right.
Yeah.
Be safe out there, brother.
Peace.
Peace. All right, the brother NT. Yeah. So we gotta so I got two that I need to do. Brother Alonzo Hall, chop up, and brother NT. So watch out for it and everything. These are too busy, man. So whatever time they let me know, we gonna do it. And I gotta do one on brother McClain. If I don't do nothing, brother McClain, he gonna beat me. He already let me know. He tapping in the Facebook Messenger that he still punched me in my face and everything. I do not want to get hit by the Bronx Slam and shit because
Yeah,
yeah,
knock
yeah.
it off.
You
Knock
see,
it
you
off
see, you
on the
see, you
radio.
see a little, see a little swelling
Knock it
right here.
off.
Hey, JC, quick
Yes, sir.
question.
Yes,
I got a
sir.
brother who I do some work with, who helps brothers learn about their legal aspects of things. Can I share the link with him? That's actually who I just got off the phone with.
Be my guest.
All right, I'll be right back. I'm gonna share him the link.
Okay, share him the link. Yeah. And Brother McClain, we was talking about investment, we're talking about doing business and stuff, to help people and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Tell the people what you planning for your family in the future. What you doing to make
Um.
sure they have
Uh. Viewers, please. Excuse the noise you hear in the back. I am in the subway in New York City, so bear with me.
uh-huh.
Um. So I have a lot of things coming up. Me and my wife, we're working on a podcast called Midnight Talk with the McLeans. So it's going to be me and her, speaking about relationships and different things. I got that coming up. I got something going with the No Doug Zone podcast, trying to make that better, trying to turn that into a business in the company. McLean's Promotion, got stuff coming out for that. I got so much stuff coming up that I'm getting ready to make happen. It's just it's a one day at a time thing, you know what I mean? But you
Yeah.
got to take baby steps. But I got a lot of stuff that's about to jump off right now. Like I said, be on the lookout probably in the new year for midnight talk with the McLeans. That'll be me and
Okay.
my wife. That actually be on YouTube. We're gonna bring it on YouTube. But yeah, but other than that, man, like I said, I got a lot of stuff going on. Y'all just be patient. It's coming.
Cool. And also, Brother McLean is real soon is working on some stuff. Help me out to do the merch and stuff. But I need money. Y'all want some good stuff? I need money. I'm not begging y'all stuff. That's why I asked for the cash app. So, cause McLean got to connect with for me that I can send it to him so I can get some stuff out. So watch out for that. Watch out for that in the future too. So watch out for that one because it's coming. But it takes people fail to understand it takes finance to get things done for your vision. It ain't gonna come out your ass. It takes money, y'all. I'm telling you, I got stuff. I already talked to Brother McLean about it. He said, and he said, yeah, I'm with that. But he need to, I need that. But no worries though. It's gonna come. It's gonna take a little time. Though, but I think this is the gratifying chat and everything, brother. Long. Let me see who's in the private chat. His name is Brian. Okay. So you gave him the link already, brother Alonzo Hall?
Yeah, I just sent it over to him.
Okay. Yeah. So.
Lonzo,
Okay.
what's up, Lonzo?
Okay. Introduce
Doing
yourself,
all right, brother.
please.
How you?
Introduce yourself, please.
This is Brian Etta. I'm the Legal Shield Associate, Legal Shield Advocate.
Okay. Welcome.
I
Good
appreciate
afternoon
it.
to you.
So how's it going today, fellas?
We going all right. We doing all right. Anything that you want to add on to the conversation, please, and hope that you subscribe to this channel, and hopefully we could just build from here. Anything you want to ask about my channel, you can ask Lance, or you can ask me and everything. But I feel that the finance, we need to talk more about that. So
Definitely appreciate it, and I will certainly contribute. Thanks for having me today.
okay, all right. Now, you don't have to mute yourself, brother Brian. You want to add on what you want, what we need to know. With a
Real quick,
brother
JP.
Alonzo.
He's not too familiar with the Black Manosphere. He's most familiar with like Rollo Tomasi. So he's familiar a little bit with the space, but not completely. But a lot of the concepts. So like people like Just Pearly in terms of this space, he may not be very familiar with, but I think he may be aware of Just Pearly things in general. Because she does advocate for men, even though it's outside of the Black manosphere. A lot of her things and a lot of her content seems to contain a lot of Black people. But just speaking from the legal aspect, for example, when I sit down with gentlemen in this space, when I go over, their finances, one of the things I ask is if they have a will or an attorney, and often, not almost 11 times out of 10, most brothers have neither. Right. And then I speak to a lot of brothers who want to create trust funds. Well, there's an operative word in the word trust fund, and it's not trust, it's funds. So what we do is, Mr. Etta can help them in the legal aspect of getting with the attorney and setting up the legal documents for the trust. But a trust is nothing unless you put something in that trust. And the fastest way to fund a trust fund is, ironically enough, with life insurance, where it's pennies on the dollar. That's why I enlisted Mr. Etta's assistance.
Okay, so brother Brian, build on that, please.
Absolutely. So, pursuant to the manosphere, the Black manosphere, that world touches on so many different aspects. And as men ourselves, we understand the time period in which we find ourselves and the context of this environment. And I find that people will say, women this, women that, but at the end of the day, there is a system that is in place that's really the cause of the problems. And if you put yourself into the meat grinder, you're going to get ground up. And the first way to not have it happen is don't get into the meat grinder, right? Don't get married, don't get into a child support situation. But okay, easier said than done. And if that has already happened, hey, what's done is done. The other piece is the aftercare, right? It's the cleanup after the fact, right? And in doing what I do, I'm always surprised when people do not even, it's not that they cannot afford an attorney, they don't even think to get the attorney. which it blows my mind, right? Especially for simple things like someone who was referred to me recently went to court and went to jail because they had an open bench warrant or something, and they kind of had a suspicion that that could happen. And I'm thinking, how are you going to court without an attorney? And I said, this is why God has me in this space, because each one teach one. It's our responsibility to take that knowledge and pass it on. So I feel like as a servant leader, my job is to educate people and men and young men especially. Hey, listen, let's get you some legal help. Let's get your wills in place. Let's get these trusts in place. If you have a problem with family court, let's get you an advocate, because you know that on Tyler Perry, your arm is too short to box with God. I always think like my reach is limited, but if I have someone to advocate for me, they have a longer reach, right? My lawyer can reach people I could never hope to reach, and I'm only going to pay a small fee depending on what my needs are. So that's what really brings me into this space, and that's what really gives me a joy in life to be able to serve and help in this capacity. Thank you.
You're muted, JT.
I StreamYards again. I just want to say thank you for showing up, and hope that you subscribe, and hopefully that you come back. And then we got back brother L Nixon back and everything. I know about Virginia that sometimes that doggone connection be effed up. I know. It does, y'all. It does. That look what happened to me like few minutes ago. I ain't did nothing. Just kicked me off. So Virginia,
man.
Yeah. So Virginia, y'all need to fix. Y'all need to invest and fix these connections. So stop fucking around, man. I'm gonna start like drawing back, paying that bill, man. Y'all supposed to be Verizon.
Knock it off, underrated.
I'm not scared of you, man. I keep on telling you, man. Don't stop trying. See, you say you're showing up because
Keep it in the ring, gents. Keep it in the ring.
Yeah, I ain't no. He when he sees because he know he by himself, man.
Hey,
What's up, man? I ain't
I
scared
just
of
seen.
him.
Hey, not to change the subject, but I just was talking to Drew Titan.
Really?
That's who you just see me talking to. You didn't see his face, but when you saw me moving my mouth, I was just talking to Drew Titan.
That's what's up.
Yeah. Shout out to Drew Titan.
Yeah, shout out to the LDBC that stands for Lions
Yes,
Boxing,
sir.
also a basketball community. I roll with them too for a long time. So shout out to y'all. Also shout out to the hashtag TWT family. Shout out to y'all too.
And hashtag NDZ. That stands for No Duck Zone.
Oh snap! So am I part of that? I'm just saying.
Hey, Alonzo, I'll let him in when he starts paying his rent in the No Duck Zone.
Damn, man. How much damn rent you fucking want from me? God damn.
It's New York City, bro. Rent ain't cheap. You just $5,000 to a corner.
I understand it, but damn, you see, I got a New York hat and everything. Then you trying to pull New York all up in my ass and shit. God damn.
Hey, everybody on here know what's the word? You gotta pay to play.
See how they do me, your ass. Let this motherfucker come my motherfucking panel, and then I still gotta fucking pay. God damn.
Hey, you know
Can I
what?
get a discount?
I'm feeling good today as any other day. You know, it's beautiful. It's beautiful in New York. The weather's nice. It's about in the 70s. Oh man, it's every day we get up. You know what I tell people? I don't know what everybody religion is, right? Rather it's Buddha, God, Allah, whatever it is. When you wake up, man, you gotta thank him for another day, because at the end of the day, you didn't have to wake up this morning. So you better be grateful for something.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's very, very important. I was done. Oh yeah, L Nixon, and Alonso. I think Alonso heard about it. When I was talking to the Miss this morning, before I started the channel, I was thinking about my mom's and I teared up. You know, and I was like, dang, she would see her new baby did what he doing. She'd be so proud of me because she always say, look out for the less fortunate, don't listen to people. And I think that's very important for me. Even my late father said that too. Yo, Saul Paul, thank you. Hey, thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate you. And I think that is a very, very, very important is that to be in tune the ones that laid the foundation that I feel in this space that some people in space they be disrespected of. I am not disrespecting the ones that helped me along the way. And even right now, your brothers helped me along the way too in your own way. Salute to you, brother Brian. Salute to you. Thanks for I'm glad that you're here too. Glad that you're here. Appreciate brother Alonzo
Thank
that
you.
introduce us to them and everything. I'm a good channel. I ain't get routed now, I'm trying to help people and stuff. So I'm glad
JT,
about
you know
that.
I curse and spit and scratch myself too. I'm not orthodox, but I'm trying to convince Mr. Etta to actually create a channel so that he can get that similar support, right? And it might not grow extremely fast, right? Because just like my topic, your topic is quote unquote boring, right? So it's boring until we need the service, right? It's boring until we need the money, right? Because I come on these panels all the time and hijack, and I get bored talking about it, though I don't. And I always like, I'm sorry, fellas, and every time I do that, the fellas like, man, if you don't stop, listen, don't stop. I'm taking notes. You know how much it costs to go to Prudential or Charles Schwab and talk to one of their advisors about this stuff?
Right, exactly. Cause I have to get on Alonzo Hall, he could tell you, I have to get fuck you talking about. You ain't hijacked that. We need that. Because
I
technically, if he want to charge, Dick, I want people to I didn't mean to cut you off. Anybody off. I want people to do you I mean like hey, Brian, you get to test that too. If they really want to charge now, let's be honest here.
Of course, exactly. You know what it is.
So you
well,
better take this information, run with it, take it down, and apply it.
and there's nothing wrong with listening to somebody. Underrated even when I go live. A lot of
Yeah.
times when I go live, most of the time you'll see me talk, and most of the time you just see me sit back because I can learn something. So when I have other brothers coming up there talking, even if what they're saying I might not agree with, but that does not mean I can't let them express themselves.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So I can learn something. So when I'm sitting back and I let people come on my live and speak, it's not for me to feel like, I could cut them off anytime I want because I'm the host. No, only time I feel like I have to go out of my way to cut you off is if you're being disrespectful or if you're trying to overtalk me or if you think you're gonna come and hijack my podcast. I don't mind somebody going off and speaking their mind, but we all can learn from each other. And that's what we gotta understand. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with you listening to another man because that information can help you in the future. The only type of people I don't listen to are dummies that ain't been nowhere, that ain't trying to go nowhere, and their information is not needed because the same information you're trying to pass me, if you're not doing anything with it, then screw you. So we all got to remember that, man. You know what I mean? I like when Alonzo talk. You know what I'm saying? Because he can tell me something that can help me in the future, and then if I don't listen to it, I'll go back 5 years from now. Now I'm like, damn, Alonzo said that, but I wasn't paying no attention to it because all I heard him doing was running his mouth. No?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Brother L. Nixon, anything you want to add on, please? You go ahead.
Oh, before you get off underrated, I gotta go. I'm at the gym right now. I got an interview to do, but if I can end this real fast, I'll be back.
Okay. Okay. Who you interviewing?
A couple of amateurs, they got fights tomorrow, so I'm just
Oh,
trying to get a couple of interviews in with them.
okay.
I'm gonna do them real quick because I got other moves to make, and I'll be back on with you.
Okay. Be safe out there, brother. Keep
All
it
right,
up.
brothers. All right.
All right. Peace.
Real quick before you go, Brother Nixon, you know what's ironic? So Brian Etta and I actually are both friends of James O'Shea Frazier, who is the founder of that 500 Men Making a Difference in 12 Veils was talking about the other day. And we both know him personally, and we do network with him. So, that's the point of finding and making a difference, right? We've also made a difference in each other's lives, and we've actually been able to bolster business, right? And stuff like that and stuff like this is the way that we avoid, the backlash and the downfall that's happening to people like Kyrie Irving and Kanye West, right? The only way that's going to happen is if there's more Kyrie Irvings and Kanye West, so we could put our dollars together with Ice Cube and have our own NBA. And then when they say, well, you got to apologize to them for saying this. All right, suspend them for 5 games. Them 5 games, all we watching is the big 3. So all the TV time that would have went to the NBA now goes to the big 3. Now we're supporting that. Instead of in our own league, let's all come together and form Voltron. Sorry, El Nixon, I just had to drop that in there.
Go ahead, brother Nixon. If he's still there.
I think he might have cut out. He might have had volume issues.
Yeah.
Audio issues. Which happens.
Mr. Hall, just touching on what you said, we have not even achieved our final form.
Exactly. I think we're just the robots separately right now, right? I think we're all the Voltron parts. We haven't even began to form
there you
up.
go.
There you go. What's up, Brother Nixon?
Yeah, my sound was off. But I was trying to chime in early to say, no, just keep doing your thing. I think I had said this beginning of 2022. The way 21 ended was kind of, a little rough. And I said 2022 was going to reveal a lot for a lot of people. It was going to separate the different mindsets of people. And I think going into 2023, I think a lot of people are going to get tired of certain stuff. You already see certain people moving out of their certain spaces and networking with other people. So I think in 2023, we're going to see more networking. I think people getting a little tired of consuming all this crazy entertainment. And I think people want to do more. So, I'll definitely reach out to you, whatever. I've been networking with some people who want to have talks like this and who have other stuff to offer. So, let's do some networking and because the information you give is valuable. So I appreciate you.
Yeah, and I do talk to brother Big Dude that's on 4 Quarter Talk, and I talk
Right.
along the hall, and they encouraged me because it was one time I'll never forget we did a underrated men's breakfast fellowship live, and I remember it was just me and Alonzo for 2 hours just talk. And then this is exactly what I'm gonna show my picture. Exactly, I did like this. Well, Alonzo said, "Don't even worry about it, man. People gonna come. If they don't want to come, that's them. Just keep on doing it." Because I was gonna cut it short. It's not like I'm looking for people. It's just that when you put in the time, we all are content creators, so you know exactly what I'm talking. When you put in for time, when you look for that thumbnail, when you look at YouTube, I want to reach somebody. It ain't all about me and stuff. And you get up the title, the people don't understand. It's not easy when you deal with people in the space that are fickle-minded. And then all of a sudden, and it's in the public now, because when you hit that broadcast, it's on and popping, and then people don't want to come. And then they look at you and they're like, I said, no, I'm cutting it short. I want to get some sleep. No, let's talk. And come to find out, after 2 hours, there's other men came and talked like that. Now, that was during the time I have to go because I was taking care of some things in the household. So, but I'm just saying that I'm saying this, that brother, I'm talking about as brothers and stuff like that, there are brothers here that wants to build. But you have to branch out. You just cannot just move an inch. Or you just cannot just listen to people. Oh, that person ain't no good. That person know what they talking about. You go check it out yourself, because I'm gonna say this, because I do have to get off because I do want to take care of some things. But I'm gonna tell you this now. Not talking about the people on the panel, on the panel, and I'm not talking about the people in the chat, but I'm talking about the ones in the space that you listen to. You know what Black Boy is. There are quite a few channels as being blackballed, and you know who doing it. But like what Brother El Nixon said, it's gonna come out. I believe it's going to come out. And when it's going to come out, I'm telling you, number one, I'm going to be on your ass, man or woman, because you should never blackball anybody. They can say right or wrong. You do not have the right. If you do not like what they say, so be it. You go somewhere else. But you don't have no right to talk to anybody to be blackballed. And y'all know who it is. Y'all know who it is. And don't say it doesn't go get down with it, because it does. It does. So what I'm saying is this, that go somewhere that you could build positively. Stop listening to people. They gotta talk a certain way, or they gotta be around certain people. No, start where you at and handpick people that wants to be transparent and build and aid and encourage and build. Like also man or woman in this space. Because what I'm seeing right now, y'all proving my point. Now I've been saying it. Y'all wicked.
To
It's
piggyback
gonna come around, bro.
what you were saying underrated about the blackball, you know where that came from, right? You know that book that I showed you. Part of the blackball came from that. We know how that system goes. I've been involved in some of those systems. I ain't never dropped the blackball, but we know where blackball came from.
Mm-hmm. You see, I'm smiling.
I see.
That's why I see. That's what I'm saying. I
starting to see the light shining, bro. I'm starting to see the light shining.
I be telling people, underrated knows some stuff. I just don't say it. Underrated knows some stuff. It's just that y'all. I'm not talking about that. It's just that y'all do not listen because I'm talking in the codes. I know stuff. I know people. Trust and believe. So when Alonzo pull up, I'm not gonna say it. But when Alonzo pull up, yeah, I know. But I can't say I can't even talk in codes of that. Bro, Alonzo know exactly what I'm talking about. And I'm just gonna leave it like that. But I know stuff. I know stuff. Trust me, y'all be surprised how much stuff I be talking in codes, and yeah, they go for a ride over your head. Oh no, stuff. Yeah, you need. What do you mean? Like I told this guy one time. Look now, don't go there. Why? That's some satanic shit, man. What do you mean? People talking about backwards and like, oh yeah, I'm missing backwards. I missed the radio record backwards. Yeah, I messing with letters and stuff, switching it up. That's not the place to go to now, cause that's satanic. You know totally. Yeah, okay. And your family could get involved and stuff like that. Come to find out 6 months later, he's dead.
Right. Yeah, I'm getting ready head out as well.
No, make your last remarks, please. Before you
Oh
leave
no,
out.
it's just good. Like I said earlier, it's getting to that point where it's coming full circle. So everybody that's been putting in the work, congratulations for just powering through. You know what I'm saying? And just giving a message without looking at the views and numbers.
Right.
Because that's always content that when people do catch on, they got a catalog to go back and look at. So, like I said, it's going to come full circle, and I think people are going to start circling back around to the ones who've been the underdogs, but been giving out some productive information. So, let's start making it happen. You know what I'm saying? Going into 2023, like we got the resources, we got the people. Let's start to build. I mean, it's fun to be entertained, but that's getting old. Too much of that ain't good when you can be productive. So.
And brother L, listen, reach out. You got my email. I want you to reach out to me. I would like one day. I want you to think on it carefully.
Okay.
I'll do a chop. I do chop ups, right?
Right.
And chop up is not an interview. I want you to ask me questions.
Oh yeah. Okay? We can do that.
And also what I'm asking from you is your picture or the avatar, and also do a pre-recorded on your channel. Let people know that you coming on my channel. But I want you to think. I want you to think about it, because this is just. I want to show that respect.
Oh yeah, I got you.
Because you have family, and I want you to understand, and I do understand that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I want to give you that respect, because But I want you, but I want when the time when the time happens, let me know ahead of time so we could set it up. What time? What is a good time for you? You think you could do? Nighttime is really good for you. You
Well,
think?
this week
No,
is the
I ain't
week.
talking about this week. No, not talking about this
No, no,
week.
no, no. I'm saying this like so every other week. Like this week is a week with my son. So next week, you know what I'm saying? Like it switches. I'll have him Tuesday and Wednesday, and every other day I'll have free. So I do have I do have time. So we good.
Okay. So next week, let me know, and then we could work around it and everything, and do a chop up, and then so let's do that. All right, and just reach out to just let me know. We take it from there.
Gotcha. Hey, brother Alonzo, you got contact information or email, something like that?
Yeah, I put on my info in the back. Give me 1 second.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
So
I want to do some things later on this year with some brothers and sisters. Um, I ain't trying to have no craziness, but I've been all around networking. Probably why y'all haven't seen me in certain spaces. I've been networking. And of course, when you network in different places, you got to go back and forth to check people out again and just to make sure. So
well, Al Nixon, you see me, as you know, I don't be in, I don't be in that many parts. You know what I'm saying? Because I know
oh,
people.
right.
I
I
don't.
see. I came in certain places, and sometimes where you land, things. You start to shift, and you get about it on things. But you definitely have been holding it down for a minute, like I said. So I have been watching, even if I haven't popped up in the chat. I
Yeah,
have been
I
watching.
appreciate that. I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
I
It
have
means
been
a lot.
watching you guys.
It means a lot to hear from you. You know what I'm saying? Because listen, I can say that I like the vet, like Big Duke always say, yo, you vetting this space. But I've been in this space for a minute, and I see things
Right.
here and there, and that's why, like, for me, I had to move on like that. I had to operate like this. And so because there are
Got you.
people, I put it to you this way, brother Elvis. I've been screwed.
Feel you. I got you, Brian. Thanks, man.
Yeah. And brother Alonzo, could you do me a favor? Can you send Brian my email, please, so he can have it too? Do like that. Do
Okay.
that. Yeah. Do that for me too because I gotta do it. But I'm just saying that I understand what you're saying, brother Nixon. I understand. That's why I have to. I had to take certain stands. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I had people come to me, told me, "Hey, man, you why you don't do information on that? You know, why? No, I don't do. I'm doing for me. You know what I'm saying? I cannot be around people that you just trying to get a come. Because I'm gonna say this, and I don't mean to toot my own horn. A lot of people had come through my channel and blow up. And they don't say my name or nothing. I'm not complaining or nothing. Trust and believe. I know that for a fact. And so to me, like today, it's a blessing. We got brothers here and again women. I put the invitation out there. So you cannot say I didn't invite you. Cannot say that. But there are brothers, we getting tired. And like you said, that if resurfacing around, you are absolutely right. And then so I hope that when the shift is happening, embrace it, y'all. Embrace
Right.
it.
Right.
Embrace it. Don't run away from it. Don't stop listening to people and talking about, oh, that person ain't no good because I hear such and such and such. No, find out for yourself because when this shift is happening, and I'm talking about the ones that are unrighteous ones, y'all gotta do a lot of explaining to do. And there's no way you can run from it. So y'all keep on passing out stuff. You keep on blackboard people because I believe this. When that positivity comes, y'all can't run away. Y'all gonna be in the corner with going nowhere. And what you gonna do then? So I said for me, for my channel, I have to push on. I have to be involved. I have to be. But with the nonsense stuff, I can't be around that. Now people could say like, "Oh, you think I'm?" Yes, I am all that because I'm doing I'm around bullshit already. I'm around bullshit already. Why I'm gonna be around yours? So yes, I am all that. Thank you very much. And then what L. Nixon is saying is resonate, and I'm glad you said that, L. Nixon, because it does resonate. Yeah, I am all that. Thank you, L. Nixon. I pay homage to the brother. Ain't never gonna pay homage to the brother that he's right. He is absolutely right. Yes, I am all that. Because I don't want to be around your bullshit.
Right. People get mad when you say that. It's like, we've learned some valuable lessons here. You know what I'm saying? And we gotta take accountability. For some of the things that we might have been involved with. But then sometimes it's nothing wrong with growth. You take a step back and you look at even interaction on YouTube. You should be constantly learning every day, and more you're learning every day, you're self correcting. So you're going to pull away from certain stuff, right? Because you can't build with everybody, especially when you don't know the rules, you don't know what's going on. You can get caught in some stuff, but thank God for growth every day. You learn every day, and then you'll start to pull back. But the thing about it is, some people don't want you to pull back. Some people don't want you to grow, so they keep trying to draw you in. They'll try to throw dirt on your name, and then can't nobody blackball you on here with 2.6 billion listeners. Can't nobody blackball you. All they doing is put you in a position where your grass is cut so you can see the snakes. That's it.
But when I said L. Nixon blackball, let me explain it why. Because when you have somebody, right? I want you to understand what I'm saying.
Okay, go ahead.
When you have somebody, right, and you're doing a good deal on your channel, right? And when they put it, and then you probably have problems with that person, and they don't want it to be solved. I mean, you defend yourself. I put me, you defend yourself with this person, right? And all of a sudden they whisper, "Oh, this person, this and that." Not knowing that they know they're telling a lie, but all of a sudden you got other people knowing they smile in your motherfucking face, and then also act like, "Oh, such. That's what I'm talking about. Up that black ball, and that's not right. What it is, I get what you say, El Nixon. I'm not saying that you're wrong, but I'm talking about this. You should never disrespect anybody of that type of black ball because it does happen in this space. People could say, "Oh,
Right.
what?" Because it does, and so that means that you bearing false witness of you slandering that person character instead of
Hey.
get to know yourself. And that's when that's the type of black boy I'm talking about. And I'm saying that there are people that they know they know in here and they smile in your face. Don't come in this piece of smile on my motherfucking face.
Hey,
Don't even do it.
I
Go
just
ahead.
went through something like that myself, and here's the thing, it's you can give advice, but when you're in it, it's different, right? And you all know, even with the truth, the more you tell, even the more information you have to provide. When people want entertainment, they don't care about that. So you get to a point where you just got to let them talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I know we hate to hear people, especially give out the wrong information, and that happens. But I heard somebody talking about they was going to try to blackball me. And listen, I don't care about all that. I ain't falling for all that. But, you just let them go, whatever the information, whatever, you let them go. Just keep on doing your thing. And you step back because those people, they eventually they're gonna clash with each other anyway. That's how it always goes. So you just step back and do your thing, and you just let life pay them back, man. That's the best weapon right there. To do good, be successful in what you're doing, and let life pay them back, man. That's it.
Yeah, and I appreciate it. And then Nisha by nature, thanks for coming. Thanks for coming. I really hope that you subscribe. Just subscribe to you. Please subscribe. I mean, please hit us up. I mean, we can't say that. That's right. Please hit us up. And even and these are great brothers in the chat. Please hit the brothers up. They got great information and stuff. And if you want righteousness, you got to search for it. But there's a price to be in righteousness. It's not easy. You're gonna fall in, but you got to get back up. Like I always say, you gotta stay the course. Now, did I mingle with L Nixon all that much? No, I don't. But at the end of the day, that is still my brother. I never had a problem with L Nixon.
Never.
I never had a problem with L Nixon. But it doesn't mean that, you know, I mean, I see certain things. I'm not, I said, I stay away. But I never had a problem with Elm Nixon. Elm Nixon could, anybody said, Elm, this got a problem with underwear. Y'all fucking lying. I've never had a problem with Elm Nixon. Fuck y'all niggas talking about. But see, this is what they be saying in space, you know, indirectly. Oh, you had a problem. Oh, yeah. I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah. But you know what though? Here's the thing that people don't get in these spaces with these narratives, whatever, right? Even some people will hear stuff and they'll attach their personal trauma to it, and then they ignore everything that's right in front of them, right? And that's the dangerous part of it. But and you can't always try to go back and forth because it don't even matter. But I call that, listen, I call that the Jussie Smollett syndrome, right? Look how everybody acted, right? Everybody swore up and down this man was telling the truth. Everybody was emotional. You even had Michelle Obama. Everybody, with all the evidence, they were so sure that this happened to this man. You remember it was a big old thing. Everybody was down with him. You had celebrities, they was so for sure looking at all the information, they knew what it was. But look what they left out. You know, how you in the interview still with the noose around your neck? It's like now you going back like, oh yeah, I didn't notice all these things. And then come to find out the guy was lying. So that's what I call, you know, we have a lot of that going around, the Jussie Smollett effect. People believe what they want to believe. And even the information, you know, they'll go on it and it's wrong. So I don't like that. I don't like to go for that. I don't like to fall for that. Look, I've said, look, they had me with that OJ Simpson. After that, I'm like, nah, I'm just not gonna support people just because. Like, I'll wait till the information to come out. But what you're not gonna see is a person's name in my title. You're not gonna see me pulling up, joining on information on somebody. Like if they were saying something about you and I don't know all the information, I'm not gonna jump up into it and be entertained when I don't even know the whole information. And then come out later on that, you know, you've been fooled. So people gotta be very careful about what they hear because it's a lot of narratives. If I wanted to, I could spend a narrative on somebody that I have issue with right now. It's so easy.
It's very easy, and
So easy.
let me say this: I can get tell them I'm right or wrong, brother Alonso and Elm Nixon and Brian Etta. Tell them I'm right or wrong. I can go. I can make up something right now, man. I got problem Alonzo Hall, Brian Elm. There's some fake. There's some. Excuse me, like it's some fake motherfuckers, and I
Right.
can put that in the chat. You know how many motherfuckers that? Oh yeah, thank you, El Nixon, for the cash app. Appreciate. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
You're welcome.
And so I could put that in the chat. I said, for instance, I'm just saying, for example, of 235. You know how many people would be in the chat? You know how many cash apps, and I got a PayPal account. You know how many people ask for that? Am I right, y'all? I
You're
can
right.
stand be corrected. Am I right?
Nah, you're absolutely right.
Right. I've seen stuff get cleared up. What 3 years in the making? Like so the person's been doing something to somebody or thinking that way the whole time, and it got cleared up 3 years later.
Well,
Listen,
look at Johnny. Not to cut you off, but look at
right
Johnny
now,
Depp.
go ahead.
Look at Johnny Depp right now, right? That situation just got resolved
Perfect. Right.
a few months ago, and that's been since 20, like whatever, 3 years, 4 years, and this one dragged this man's name through the mud, and you get full media protection because it's the narrative. Okay, we know what we're talking about here, and believe all women, etc., etc., etc.
Right.
The difference, we don't have that kind of reach, that kind of money to be able to pursue things to the nth degree, but he did. And what you see is the outworking of him and having the means to go through the process and to destroy the narrative. And to this day, there are people that still shill for her because that is what supports the narrative and the hate and this man did this, that, the first. There's an expression: the lie can go around the world twice before the truth even puts its sneakers on. I'm sure we've heard that, and if not, you heard it now.
You know what? And that's so true. And it's like it's so easy for that to be done. And here's the thing: I don't think people understand. whatever personal trauma you got, when you see stuff, you'll say, "Oh, I believe her. I believe him." Listen, I mean, I know it's hard for people to be able to take their biases out because they have traumas with certain stuff. But when it comes to certain people, whether they have a brand or whatever, people don't understand how important, right? Public opinion is. Like, people really go off of public opinion, and you don't even understand that your personal bias, because you've been through something, right? And you want to project that on a situation, we're not even looking at all sides of it. That can be damaging. That's very dangerous. You know what I'm saying? That's very dangerous. I mean, a lot of people can't separate themselves from a situation and take a look at it. And even when you find out that that wasn't the truth, some people still don't want to admit it. They still want to, well, it is what it is. Oh, that's very dangerous to do. Very dangerous.
I 100% agree. And there's in this country there is supposedly you're innocent until you're proven guilty, right? Supposedly, but to me, it then became guilty until proven innocent. I feel right now it's guilty until you're proven guilty. Am I right? Change my mind. Change my mind.
Or somebody slander your name. That's the way it is.
Facts. Period. End of story.
It doesn't make a difference that this is what I'm telling people. I'm telling you for personal experience in this space. You slander my name, and these are lies, and I defend myself, but I'm talking about brothers, but you still ain't holding your own fucking balls and speak the truth. This slander. That's why, like, again, and I'm glad that Brother Alonso Hall, El Nixon here, and other people here, the righteousness have to come back. And it's got to come back, because it's fucking bullshit, man. El Nixon, I'm with you, and Alonso, Brother Alonso, he could tell you. I be looking, I be staring at motherfuckers. Alonso Hall could tell you, El Nixon. It was somebody that came to the panel like last month. I'm looking, I'm just like this. And Alonso picked it, he said, "What's up with that?" They want clout, man. This ain't no clout shit. Oh, I'm the hottest thing right now. Fuck, I look like to y'all. I'm supposed to fall. Snap. I don't fall for the bullshit. I don't fall for the lights.
Right.
I got lights right here. Fuck that. And these the people we're dealing with. Anything that deals with hot. El Nixon, Brother Alonso, even Brother Brian, you know what I'm talking. Even the people in the chat, y'all know what I'm talking about is true. They go. You don't have to say nothing. You just put your notifications, or you hit that box up there of subscription. You see they just. I'm giving you a game. I'm giving you how I underrate some what I do. I'm not telling you all what I do. And I just finally just look, and I did like this. Brother LT, man, what's good? Thanks for coming. And I do just like that. But you didn't like that person 3 hours ago. But you in the chat. But I'm talking about brothers. They talking about women. Oh, I don't like that woman. But you hit her with the 500 spot. Thought you gonna get that imaginary puss.
Hey, you know what? Right, my situation was different, right? And then there was another brother who had a similar situation, right? The only difference is, it was a crew of ladies that we ride with, right? So the lady was trying to smear my brother's name. She had did her second video. She even contacted the girl that he was dating, and I mean, it was crazy, right? So the second video, she had the guy on the panel that he was cool with, right? Then he had one guy that he was kind of cool with, and another guy who didn't like him. So they jump on the panel, oh, I can't believe he did this, and oh man, and I always thought he was a good guy, all this type of stuff, right? Mind you, all y'all got his contact information. So, all right, so Auntie did a stream, and then the lady pulled up, but the ladies in our crew was able to ask the lady some questions, and everything started to unravel, and it looked pretty fake. It looked like she was just clout chasing, looked like she was purposely, just trying to character assassinate this guy. That was the last video she did about this guy, and it was recent. She just moved on to the next. But just imagine if we didn't have. See, it took women, right, to really grill this lady, and the whole campaign just stopped. You know what I'm saying? So she got exposed. So that's what I'm saying. People got to be careful. So out of that, one of the guys that was cool with him, we were in a group chat on IG. He left the group chat because he feels shame. He jumped up on his panel, got all into it, didn't even know the whole story, and now he's feeling embarrassed. It's like if any four of y'all brothers got some stuff going on, I'm never gonna jump on a panel and jump into something I don't know and talk shit about y'all. Like that's crazy, especially when I got y'all information and I can call y'all. But my thing is this: it ain't none of my business because I know the truth will come out, and I don't jump on stuff right away because I know how things get when people have issues with you. They can start smear campaigns. If I don't know the whole information, I mind my business.
But this,
You see, you bring up, if I could jump in.
no, go ahead. I follow it up after you finish.
Appreciate it. My feeling is in life, right? People are looking for clout or they're looking to get over, and you have to understand the terrain, right? The environment in which you live. If you open yourself to attack, whatever you have, no matter how small it is, there's somebody who wants that. You might have 5 cents. There's a guy who's 1 cent and he wants your 5 cents, right? To me, the mentality, you have to have that mentality of protecting your borders at all time. And understand if you open yourself up to an attack, you're going to get attacked by things and people in life. And it's not just about doing the right thing. It's about the appearance. Because if somebody says you did such and such and such, in public opinion, you did do such and such and such. Whatever actually happened is completely irrelevant, right? And especially if you don't have the means to address a situation, like with what I do, if I can connect you to get the help and to get someone to consult, and even with that, right, that's aftercare, right? We want to be proactive, and you have to be smart, and you have to understand the world in which you live in. The society is not catering to men. Men are not valued. We are for the meat grinder, cannon fodder, fix a tire, change a light bulb, go take a bullet in the war. But if you have no value, if you cannot add value to society, nobody cares about you. And it is what it is. It's not like to cry about it. It's just like it's a fact of life. And we are free. This is the freest time ever in the freest country ever. And contrary to what the media would like people to believe, we just as evidenced by the fact that the four of us are on right now, and we have the people in the chat who are enjoying this content, we are creating a parallel society and a parallel kind of a business model. And we could either sit there and go, oh, these people this, and complain and be a victim. And I'm not a victim. You know what I mean? I don't play that. I never have. Right? We create and do for ourselves and for our families if we choose to.
Yeah, and also let me say this though too, Elders, and Blaza Hall, exactly what I'm talking about here too. That also what I see too, when we change it, right? There are people that you never seen before come to your channel, right? And I know as I'm saying this out of experience too. You never see these people, and I'm not talking about y'all in the chat. I'm just saying, if y'all feel a certain way, that means it's y'all. But I'm gonna say that, that's y'all. If y'all feel that way, that's on y'all. So I'm not cutting up. DJ Black Charm, check your email. I just sent it to you. But you know, it's so rare. Like, damn, I never seen this motherfucker in my channel. They look at him. I'm just talking about general. I ain't never seen this person, this motherfucker. So you question it like, what's your agenda? You trying to find somewhere to park your ass at? Let me say it again. I want people to see. Y'all find somewhere, y'all want to find somewhere to park your ass at because you can't go nowhere else. Now, when the content creators say that, you can't get mad. You can't get mad. And that's what the problem is too. You know, you burn your bridges somewhere else. I really enjoy your content and stuff. No, you don't. Why are you lying for? You don't get paid. I'm just using me as an example because I know that y'all seen it yourselves. Like I said,
Oh yeah, I've seen it. Definitely, I've definitely seen, people like, that's why I said like last night, people that might not normally be here with you, sure enough came in to see, pearly things, right? And, I'm noticing, like you were saying initially, man, how was she able to dominate this space?
Hold that thought, Alonzo, hold that thought.
Yep.
Peace, love. I'm talking in general. L. Nixon know what I'm talking about. I'm talking in general. I'm not talking about you. Understand what I'm saying. Understand what I'm saying. If it had nothing to pertain
No, yeah,
to
he's talking in
you,
general.
I'm talking in general, peace, love.
Yeah, he's talking in general.
I'm talking in general. So don't take it that way. Please don't take it that way. I'm talking in general because it happens. And I know that you have a channel, peace, love. You seen it yourself.
Yeah, plus, I ain't gonna let nobody mess with her while I'm up on the panel.
Exactly. I'm not like that.
Yeah. No,
I'm
you
not
good.
like that. I'm not like that.
It's good brother right here. Good brother right here.
Exactly. And peace, love, you should know. You should know anyway.
No, that's my twin. We quiet, but listen, we don't take no BS.
Yeah,
She good though.
but I'm not that way either. Yeah, listen, I'm not that way either.
Yeah, you
But
good.
I gotta say that in general because peace, love, you know it yourself. And on this channel, I gotta speak the truth.
Yeah, but you know what? Underrated. That's sometimes that be those extra subs that you get, right? Not just because they like your content. They just want to know when you go live so they can come see what's going on so they can start trouble or troll. You know what I'm saying? Like those people definitely gonna show up. You got 30 new people, and you wonder, okay, how many people came just for the content or how many people came to be messy? And we all get that. You know what I'm saying? Like you happy about it, but then you like, but damn, then you wonder what they really came for.
Yeah, exactly. Peace, love. I ain't got no problems with you. I ain't got no problems with you. But I'm just saying that in general, I gotta speak on it because one way or the other, us as content creators on the chat and even in the panel, and in the chat, and I know y'all content creators, I know y'all been through that. I know you've seen it because I've been in this space for a minute. I could tell you it was one time, brother L. Nixon, and I never forget this night because you came up there. We were talking about sports. I never forget. It was this person. I'm not gonna say the name. It was a brother. I want to get it. I want to get in his ass anyway. Fuck it. I said it. That's what I want to get it. I believe
when they get you mad, it's a problem.
Say it again, Al Nixon. Tell him.
When you get mad, it's a problem because
it's a problem. So
right.
I really want to get in this, and I know that I see him in the street. I know I can fuck him up. I know that for a fact. But this is like one of those times, and I never forget. You probably forgot about this, El Nix. He said, "Yo," I said, "El Nix, I want to get out this fool, man." El Nix, he said, "Yo, I'm gonna see you my number." It's not El Nix. Nah. I seen him in Virginia, man. Like, yo, I make it as travels, man. I get on I don't know how to drive. I make those travels, dog. And L Nix, he said, it ain't worth the underrated. I know how you, and people were saying, yo, no. And I call L Nix and we talk. You probably forgot about it and everything, but it's cool because it was the last thing.
No, I see. It's been a while. Yeah.
It's been a while, but all this he said, nah, they trying to. I know. I was, I hope he ain't in Virginia, though. He said, all they say ain't worth the unrated. Ain't worth I understand you saying Nixon. He ain't Newport News, dog. It's done. I'm seeing him. But I had to stop myself. Again, how brothers operate. He didn't have to say that. But L. Nixon did. He said, nah, he ain't worth it. Whatever it is, ain't worth it.
Hey fellas, I gotta run.
Make your last remarks, please, because the matter of fact, we're gonna make our last remarks, and I want you to stay. Make it like we're gonna cut this out because I got.
Okay.
No, LT, you see how it is? People know me. Go ahead, make your
Hey,
last
Brian,
remarks.
we got to get him off here. He's been trying to get off for the last hour.
No. All jokes aside, though, there's information needs to be, and there's people coming here and stuff, and I want people to when they do Friday and stuff, I want them to feel good and everything. So that's it. Y'all can go. I want you to make your last one, brother Edna. Please stay. And brother Nix, I want you to go last. And brother Brian Lonzo and L Nix, I want y'all to stay. I'll make my last remarks. This ain't gonna be long. All right, so we can close as a family. Go ahead, Brian. Make your last remarks.
Okay. Yeah. Again, just this was a pleasure being here this morning, this afternoon, being able to share, to collaborate, chop it up. This is exactly what I feel we should be doing as men, building together. And if I can help anybody has any kind of a legal question or legal situation, oftentimes people don't know where to go. And I'm fortunate to be in a position where I can actually be that light and guide them to the kind of help that they need. So if anyone needs that type of help, they're more than welcome to reach out to me. And again, thanks for having me.
And don't be a stranger. Hope that you subscribe to me. I mean, hope that you put me down.
I already have.
Oh, gotcha. Thank you very much.
Subscribe to me because I definitely
want to also subscribe to him to please.
I want to put something together. I want to put the idea out there, but I'll definitely hit y'all up.
Yeah, drop your channel link in the chat as well. I'll definitely subscribe to you as well.
L Nixon, did you type in the chat? No, forget about it. No. Okay. Forget about it. All right, I just made you as a mod, so you want to drop some real quick, you can. I just make you as a mod.
I'll go ahead and drop my famous remarks.
Go ahead.
Real quick, now I have a new acronym that I'm going to start using, and Slice That Pie. And the reason I realized that is because something Melnit said earlier, about, we like our entertainment, but, sometimes, it's always good to get productivity out there too. So now I got a new acronym along with wipe ass, work in progress every day and see success. I'm going to tell us to slice that pie. Pie being productivity is entertaining. Right? So you guys all know my motto. Slice that pie. Productivity is entertaining. Wipe ass, work in progress every day and see success. And lastly, remember, ladies and gentlemen, when people challenge you, they don't challenge you to challenge you, but they challenge you to challenge you. Accept the challenge. Salute.
Okay. Before I get to elders, let me read the LT, man. Everyone go to his it's in the chat. Go to his hip health fitness, do a good job, and use discount code TTube10 for all your CBT and Delta 8 THC. And you use mention me the underrated and receive a free gift with your order. So it's right there. So you'll want to copy that. Do look out. Use that and use me and I mean not use me, but it's right there. You get a free sum. So take advantage of that. It's all about lifting and be encouraged and stuff. And shout out to sister and Ellen said thanks for sharing me out and let peace love come here. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. L. Nixon, last remark, please. And I want you to all y'all stay in so I make my last one so we can close out as a family.
No, my last remark. Everyone who just pulled up, I just encourage you just to go back. There's a lot of information that was said here, and yeah, I just want to help point people in the direction of a lot of great information because it is out there. Just put peace loves link in there as well. There's a lot of good information, and like we were saying earlier, now is the time to start networking and building our own networks outside of the other stuff because that's getting old. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Go back, look at this information, and look out for these guys. We'll be around, and we just gonna do things differently. We give y'all something extra, some different above the other craziness, and that's it. That's all I got. And happy Friday.
Yeah. Happy Friday. Stay right there. Let me put this out there. All right, listen. I let people know in this spot, in this space, black and I ain't no sucker. I ain't no punk. I ain't somebody that you could treat wherever you want. And I want people in the chat to understand. I know how people treat y'all too. So I'm talking for y'all too. But after I talk for me, I ain't no punk. I see things. I know things. And so it has to be a better way. It has to be a better way to embrace people and respect the information what they bring, especially that is transparent. But you got to stick around, though. You got to stick around through trials and tribulations because Satan, the devil, is going to throw trials and tribulation at us. You got to understand it. And the sad thing about it, they use our people to diminish us. And we cannot let it happen. We cannot let it happen. I mean that very, very firmly. And I really mean it very, very strongly. Test the underrated if you want. Test me. Test me if you want. You're going to lose. Instead of that, let's encourage each other. Help me to get these unrighteous ones out of here so we could build. Help these brothers and sisters. Let's get the garbage out. No matter if you're a man or woman, help us to get them out. That's all I'm saying. Help them to get them out. That's all I'm saying. On behalf of my channel, The Underrated Darkness, this is yours truly, the underrated one, the #1 grinder, BK Black Boss. Have a blessed Friday, y'all. Blessed to y'all and your families on the channel. I'm getting hungry. On the panel and even in the chat. Bless y'all and your fam. Please subscribe to me. And let's build. We can have fun. I'm not going to say we cannot have fun. But when it's time to take care of business, let's take care of business. They encourage each other. And I would say this, though. Get to know the person. Email them sometime. How you feel? Then if you want to talk on the horn, that's up to y'all. But we got to start from somewhere. We got to start from somewhere because it's getting crazy in this space. We understand outside of space, but it's getting crazy and people are exposing themselves. And we don't want to be around that. On a Friday, you're supposed to be happy. No, I should go and say, then it is drama. Oh, yeah. I want to get my popcorn, something to drink. Why? For what? For what? Then you're going to be back where you were before. There ain't no need for that. I want to be happy. Straight up. And I gotta get myself together because I gotta call the miss because I was supposed to call her like maybe 2 hours ago. And I want to check on, see how she doing. I want to get me something to drink and something to eat. But stay blessed, stay blessed, stay blessed. Shout out to Chi-Town and stay blessed. Everybody in the chat, stay blessed. Stay blessed. On this note, this one is Get Host. Again, stay blessed. Be safe, family. Love y'all.